Alright guys, BLM here, back with a new live stream, and we are here immediately after the latest episode of Survivor 42, penultimate episode of the season. Just checking up on audio real quick, because I just realized I didn't check that before, because I'm an idiot, but whatever. Yeah, what do we talk about? So yeah, we got a lot. I mean, we got Survivor 42, obviously. I mean, this was another day like last week where there were a billion fucking things going on, reality TV wise. But yeah, so we got Survivor 42. We got BBAU, which we got 3 episodes of that since the last stream. Which, by the way, I love that they are taking out the Wednesday or the Thursday episode every week. Thank God for that. Yeah, so we got that. We have. What was it? Episode of the Challenge All Stars, and then one other thing. I'm forgetting. Circle. Fuck me. I love how I forgot about the Circle, despite the fact that I literally spent most of the day today getting caught up on the Circle review. But whatever. Okay, so yeah, that's something I didn't even notice until recently. Is I haven't played this since the beginning of 2020. That kind of blows my mind. But whatever. 46's been rough, but we're ending strong. Yeah, we're ending pretty strong here. I mean, I felt like this episode, I didn't love the aspect of, I felt like Omer was going home, from pretty early on. I felt like this is another episode, the High episode, where, they just made it so clear that, that he's probably going home. Why is my internet on my laptop being such shit at this point? Let's try to connect to a different one. Either way, yeah, they really made it kind of obvious to me that Omer was going home, which I was kind of underwhelmed by that element of it, but obviously the actual vote out at the end was really interesting, with Marianne really taking credit for everything, so at least there's that. I still think last episode was probably stronger. Fuck me, that was loud. I should probably change the audio settings. Let's go there, I guess, for now. Because again, wait, does it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so, what was I talking about? Yeah, the overview I thought was kind of obvious, but again, I think Marianne finally, getting the credit for the move and everything, and, again, this is kind of what I was expecting last season with Erica. That never really happened. We kind of got, her getting credit for certain moves, but, yeah, she never really got, this big coronation episode, that it felt like this episode was, where, at this point, no way Marianne is not winning this season. There's literally 0% chance. Just running through the other people that are left, no one else can win. There's literally no one else on the board that can win this season. Again, Mike's just been undermined over and over and over again. Jonathan, I would say, this actually wasn't, a terrible episode for Jonathan. I actually think it's probably his best episode in, the last, 3 or 4, but still, he's not winning. After being, as undermined as he was recently. Romeo was barely there, so that's something. And then, who's the other person? We got Lindsay, who, I think at this point, I'm pretty solid in her being the next boot. Again, very much just feels like her edit is that of, a 5th placer, someone that's booted before the final round in the finale. It's would not be surprised if Lindsay is the first boot of the rounds, and then or of the finale, and then to be honest, it doesn't really matter who Marianne gets the end with. I think she wins against all of them anyway. I think Mike is for sure going to be at the end. I'll be surprised if Mike isn't a losing finalist at this point. But the debate between Romeo and Jonathan, it really doesn't matter. I think either one. I think either one Marianne would beat, so it's whatever.
Little pieces of time. But he could be talking about photography, as he likely was.
Okay.
Yeah, Bryce, can you not?
Everything's cool. I'm okay.
Should I ban Bryce? Really?
Can you give me an example of?
I mean, to be honest, not that I was expecting it by this point, but still.
I didn't fall asleep, and that sure didn't feel like
I mean, you literally just said that you're spoiled, and then said who's the winner. You're a fucking idiot. thoughts on challenge episode? I thought it's fine. Like I'm not like I'm kind of disappointed so far with All Stars 3, if I'm being honest. Like I thought like I've been thinking like I thought coming into it that it would be this like big battle of like all these like legends of the game, and like it just turns out to be kind of just like so far. Like obviously they're very much setting up this Yes versus West storyline, and like that's super interesting. But I feel like outside of that, like I guess the Kendall giving MJ the grenade and all that stuff, like that was fun. But yeah, as a whole, I'm just kind of like
I'm not a big fan of her work. I prefer.
When you have a tribal council to ban someone, sure, why not?
He captured the essence of post-war beat America. And there was honestly
I mean, like, yeah, I won't ban you yet, Bryce. One more time and I will. But I feel like because, like, I'm kind of already expecting, that outcome, if this even is true, then, like, I'm not, like, gonna ban you yet, but still, that, like, don't do that again. You're a fucking idiot. So we've had 3 female... Yeah, that's so weird, too. We've had 3, boots not caused,
Look at this crap. How can I show
by an
this to
actual
Mr.
elimination for
Jefferson?
women. And it's like all been on the women's side, so we've had 2 episodes in a row now where it's like just the male elimination.
If anybody else looked at
And that's
me,
just kind of weird. Like obviously we're gonna get a replacement next episode, which I'm like I know who it is. Like I don't know if like I should say it or not, but I think it'll be interesting when that person enters. But yeah, I mean like also I'm just kind of like whatever on. I'm fine. Like it's not bad, but I thought it would be better. Like BBAU, I think it's... I did not love this week of BBAU. Again, I was pretty high after the first week, even though I still have like the same issues with the format. I think this is too low. I can barely even hear the fucking audio. Let's go up a little bit.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. The point remains that the portraiture has always
BBAU was just kind of like, I don't know, they spent so much time on the showmances this week. It's like, I don't fucking care. I don't care about Drew and Sam. I don't care about Alicia and Joel. Like, I don't care about any of these people. But, yeah, I mean, like, it was fine. The Circle, like, I think I think the final episode of this batch was solid, but it's like, it's weird because like I criticize the Circle for being for its pacing issues, where I do think the Circle US in particular, or like the Netflix version of the show, wastes so much time early on, where I feel like they don't really get into the game until like the very end, and they just kind of rush through the end game. I feel like that's kind of That's kind of what's happening here. Where like episode 12 was like a good episode, but it's because they like jam packed so much into that episode.
You're asking me?
But I am surprised at where the season has gone. Like, I'm surprised we lost both of Alyssa and Carol. Where I was expecting, like, obviously, like, we were going to lose one of them coming into this batch. But I'm surprised we lost both of them by the end of this batch. And I was also pretty surprised by the Brew boot as well. Not that like it wasn't like set up or anything, but like at the time I was thinking like, okay, this is gonna backfire on Nathan. Like I thought Nathan was gonna be the one to take the fall for all that, but like instead it's like it actually does end up landing on Brew. So that was kind of surprised me. It's like I believe is this the only, like the least amount of OG players to make it the final, and maybe like. No, Brazil had more, right? Brazil had more. Yeah, I think this is the least amount. It has to be, right? Because like we only have 2 OG players at the end here, and it's just weird. It's weird that that's the case. I never realized that the lighting on the... Well, I guess this is the first time playing on PS5, but yeah, the lights on the PS5 controller are like weird, where like part of it is orange and part of it is white. I don't know why they did that. Oh, whatever. Just look up who's coming. You know, yeah. I'm not gonna say who's. I mean, like I know who's coming on.
Every time I look at Victoria, I feel like she's talking smack
on the challenge. What do you think of Omer as a player? He's good. I'm debating over like.
Excuse me.
Like obviously, I'm expecting Marianne to win, and she's pretty much
No,
guaranteed
Victoria.
Final Four. She has an
Excuse
idol for
us.
next round.
I'd never let one of photography's future stars
Like, to us, Final Four rounds are so irrelevant to the game as a whole. So, like, I feel like we have a decent sense of, like, how the game's going to play out at this point. To where, like, am I going to end up having Marianne or Omer higher than each other? Or than each one? Like, I don't know which one should be higher.
I just don't think it's that big
Because, like,
a
I think
deal.
Omer
Max,
obviously,
you're a
like,
better
has more
photographer
control
than
throughout a lot of the
Lauren.
game,
Now, I
was
know
better
it's a
positioned
drag
throughout a lot
to
of the
hear
game.
some old
Then
dude
also, like,
lecture
does,
you,
like,
but life
get
won't wait
outplayed
for
by
you to play
Marianne
catch-up. You're
in this
young, the world
round.
is yours, blah, 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 right?
And really gets outplayed in the
But
way
you
that, like,
do have
really
a
everyone
gift.
outplayed her. Like,
You have
really,
the
obviously,
ability to
Marianne
take
ends up getting, like, all the
images,
credit for it, but
to frame
really,
the
like, the
world
plan
only
was
the
always
way
to get rid of
you
Omer.
envision it. Now, all you need
So it's, like,
is the
for him to
courage
be in that
share your
position
gift
to
with
where, like,
others.
4 of
That's what
the
separates
6
the
members of the
artist
tribe wanted him out,
from the amateur.
during this round. It's like, I don't know. I think it's like there's probably going to be a debate for me on which one is better. I think we'll have to see also, like, how does Marianne win in terms of, like, does she win, like, unanimously? I think that might play a factor. Yeah, like, I think, like, how she perform at, like, Fallen Tribal and, like, that sort of stuff. I think maybe, that might factor a little bit, but, like, yeah, I think it's a bit, of a debate here between Marianne and Omer. I think also, like, technically I should, like, wait for, preseason or postseason press, before doing the, player ranking, which, to be honest, I probably won't, wait too long. I'll probably just wait, like, a day or so. But, like, I think we need to know. Well, to be fair, we might get the answer tomorrow. But, like, I think I need to know how, like, was the Taku 4 ever really a thing? I think that's something that will greatly factor into Marianne, as a winner. Where, like, if Taku 4 had been, like, kind of planning to, like, work together the entire time and had been, like, essentially, like, tricking Drea and Hai and Mike into thinking that they weren't together, then I think that probably makes me more impressed with Marianne. Fuck, I'm gonna get copyright claims, aren't I, for this? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Actually, hopefully they don't. There's no, fuck, do I turn off the music? I just realized that. Oh, it's gonna be weird. I guess I turn it down? Alright, let's go here. I guess I turn down the music just in case. Because I know Twitch mutes audio, right? For copyright. Yeah, I think that's soft enough. We'll see. Yeah, Mike and Marianne are guaranteed Final Four. Because they both have idols coming into this round. Then, yeah, so what? It's Lindsay, Romeo, Jonathan. Like, really, I think ideally, I actually would want Lindsay to make Final Four. I think my ideal scenario for how the season plays out, which is not how I actually think it will play out. You know, fuck it, we won't talk about any of this. I'm expecting Lindsay to be out 5, and then who cares what happens at 4, Marianne still wins. But, like, I think what would be the most satisfying outcome for the season is, like, Romeo going out at 5, and then we have fire making between Jonathan and Lindsay at 4. I feel like that's something I wish we would get, but I'm not expecting it to actually happen. Because I think that would be, like, a great culmination to this, like, Lindsay versus Jonathan storyline. Where instead, I think what more than likely is going to happen is that, like, probably Jonathan wins Immunity next round, and then Lindsay's, like, the easy boot. I think that's probably what's going to happen, and that'll be, like, kind of a more anticlimactic way to end the story. But it would be great if they did go to fire. Drea move was too visible. Mayame Hishari. Yeah, and it's also getting rid of a shield for him. Like, I'll talk about this in the review when it comes out, but, like, I do think the Drea move was a bad move for him.
A gift.
Really, especially, like, both Drea and Hai. Because, like, both Drea and Hai both wanted to take Omer to the end. Like, that was their plan. So it's like keeping them around isn't, like, that detrimental for him. Especially considering they are these blatant shields. Now, keeping both obviously is, like, very precarious, but, like, keeping one, like, keeping Drea around, I think, is something that he definitely should have done.
Okay, girl, you don't get a photo op like this every day.
Yeah, I wait for Heather's jury chances, and yeah, that happened. I do find that funny though, that, like, we got this, like, word immediately after the finale that, Heather would have won if she got to the end, and now it's at the point where it's like, does she? Like, does she win? We don't really know. So yeah, I probably put her too high on the player ranking, but whatever. Speaking of too high on the player ranking, Marques's player ranking came out today, which I put
cool,
Peter
man.
Harkey too high. I know that.
Don't stress.
I don't remember the player ranking that well, but I do remember that I did put Peter Harkey probably a spot or two too high.
If I wanted, I could blow it up.
But
you're the boss.
it is what it is. Actually, what's the
So
like
what
to
do you
dislike
want?
ratio? Okay,
I
97.
hope you check the perimeter, as my step-ass would say.
whatever.
Now, let's talk business.
I got nothing for you.
Wrong. You got hella cash.
That's my family.
Unless Lindsay wins
not me.
immunity,
Oh, boo-hoo,
she.
poor little rich kid.
Yeah, I mean Lindsay's.
know you've been
I feel like
drugs and shit to kids
Lindsay's
around here.
almost for sure going home,
Family
right?
would help me out if I went to them.
Like she's obviously on the
Man,
outs of
I
the
can see
Omer
the
vote.
headlines now.
Like even though
Leave
like Jonathan
them out of
and
this
Mike didn't
bitch.
vote for
I can tell
Omer, like they were
everybody
in on
Nathan
the plan,
Prescott's
like they
a
knew it
punk
was
ass who
happening.
begs like a little girl and talks to himself.
So it's like I feel like that
who the fuck
four
I
is gonna
am,
probably
who you're
stick
messing
together
around with.
Where'd you get that?
for this next
What
round.
are you doing? Come on, put that thing down.
Signed up for the
Ever.
Multiverses Alpha.
I'm so sick of people trying to control me.
I forgot that game was even
Hella
coming
more
out.
trouble for
Have we
this
seen
than
footage of
drugs.
it?
Nobody would.
I feel like I haven't
ever
seen
even
anyone
lift your
even
punk
talk
ass,
about
would
it
they?
recently.
That gun away from me, psycho!
Okay, it is coming out this year. Where's the season rank? Probably right in the middle, if not maybe slightly lower for me.
Whoa.
Again,
What
like
the
I'm
fuck?
still like even though I've enjoyed the last
How can
like
that
2
be?
episodes. I guess
I was
it's only 2
in the
episodes.
bathroom. He
Like I'm
shot
still
that
not
poor
loving.
girl.
Like I'm still not in love with this
I
season.
held up my hand.
Like obviously there are massive
And then
pros for
I
the
was
season. I
back
think the editing is
here.
really strong. I think the characterization is really strong.
I already
Yeah,
heard this
there's
lecture.
like good episodes here and there, but again, that's every season. But like, obviously the Jenny boot was really good. I think the
Now
last
Kate
2
is
episodes were
being
really good.
hassled again.
The merge episode was good. Everything else though
Victoria's
has been like
phone rings.
very eh
This is
to me.
real.
Can you give
My
me
hate
an
for
example
Pascal
of
reminded me
I
of
cannot believe this.
Caffeine Confessionals. In what way?
Okay, if I'm crazy, I might as well go all
There's
the way.
cinematic trailer. Okay, I haven't
Can
seen
I
it.
actually reverse time?
Victoria? Why are
Yeah, like I think it's a season that I think
Because
on
of her
paper
images of
it's a
hopeless
worse season than
faces.
41.
You feel like totally
But I think
haunted.
the editing of the season makes it like feel like a better season.
I did it.
But I think like the
I actually
actual
photographer who
again like the actual
perfectly
events
captures
of the season are not as interesting to me until these last couple rounds.
Anybody?
Like I feel like it was a very
Max,
baseline season
don't
for a
freak
lot of
out.
it until
Not
like
yet.
just now where it got more
Why
interesting.
Arbus?
Because
Might
of her
keep it
images
together,
of
Max.
hopeless faces. You feel like totally haunted by the eyes of those sad mothers and
When I
children.
took my selfie, Jefferson asked me a
If
question.
Omer votes out
If
Mike
he does
instead of
again,
Drea last
I'll know
round, do I
this
think he
is
gets
for
to the end?
real.
I don't think he for sure gets to the end, but
Seriously,
like
though,
obviously it's an
I could
easier
frame any one of you in a
path
dark
because it's
corner
like at
and
that
capture you
point.
in a moment of
I mean, at that
desperation.
actually no, I was gonna say
Any
like
one of
can
you
he
could do
risk
that to
keeping
me.
Mike's idol at that point?
Isn't that
Which
too
I don't know,
easy?
but like either way, like he would have the target.
What if Arbus chose to capture
Actually,
you
no, where are
at
the idols laid out?
of their
Because like
beauty or
Lindsay would have to
innocence?
play hers at 6.
She had a brilliant eye. So
Yeah. So I guess
She
it wouldn't
could've
matter.
taken
But either way,
another
they would have a target in
I
Drea.
have to admit,
I mean,
I'm
I
not
guess
a big
Omer
fan of her
could
work.
use.
I prefer.
I don't know.
Robert
Yeah, actually,
Frank.
it's tougher. Like it's tough in this
Me too,
in the sense
Victoria.
that he has
He captured
this
the essence
meat
of
shield, obviously, in
post-war
Drea
beat
that can be
America.
voted out at any
and there was
point.
honesty about the economic conditions of the era.
The problem
beauty in the
is,
struggle.
obviously,
You
like
don't
that
have
doesn't keep him
beauty
safe for fun
without
of
beat.
5.
Which
Where at that
explains
point
why
he
Frank
probably
was
is still
Kerouac's
the biggest
photographic
target on the
muse.
board.
And both were the great chroniclers.
So I mean, maybe
of
he
the
should have kept
1950s.
both
Well,
high
We've all
and
seen
Drea, but it's like that
iconic
is a
shot
very
of Kerouac
dangerous
on the
position to
balcony.
be in.
And if you haven't, shame.
Like
Capturing
waited
romantic urban
until
solitude
like if he
of the 20th
waited
century
until
poet.
6, let's say like
You
what
did.
at 8 they vote out Jonathan.
Now, contrast Frank's stark Americana
Was it
with
8
Salvador
Jonathan,
Dali's storyless
7 Mike,
photographs.
and then he
Like
gets to
Cocteau, he was a
6
true
with
Renaissance
high
man. And his
Drea,
famous self-portraits are famous early
himself,
examples of that
Lindsay,
truly awful word you pesky
Romeo,
kids love so much.
and
The selfie.
Marianne.
And
And
it's a
at
great
that point, that's
tradition, and I
actually it probably
wholeheartedly
is his
fight
best
for
case
your
scenario
right to
if you can
self-expression.
guarantee that like Drea and
Selfie
High
expression.
don't win immunity, which obviously you can't guarantee.
Sorry. I know.
I don't know.
So if
It is a
anybody
tough
wants
spot to be in
question
either
the
way.
portrait as
Because like
modern
either way, I don't think
narcissism,
he has like a
they could go
clean
back
shot to
hundreds
the
of
end.
years to
Like
blame
either way,
society.
he's going to have the survivor round where
Speaking
he
of
is the biggest
questions,
target on the board.
I bet you thought I'd talk all the way until the bell rang.
And like with
It's your turn to lecture
Marianne
us.
seeming
Now,
to
based on
recognize
the
that
chapters
fact, it's
I
like
have
I
no
don't know
doubt
if
you
he
all
could have
memorized, who can
actually
tell me the
gotten
name?
like all the way to the end without
I
winning
believe
like
Max has
immunity.
taken what you kids call a selfie.
But
A dumb word
I mean,
for a
again, I
wonderful
do think he should have at
photographic
least kept Drea around as a shield
as a gift.
to
I
use.
know I'm not dreaming this.
You all know the
It's
photo
real.
portrait has been popular
I can
since
tell.
the early
Open beta for the
1800s.
game will come out in
Your
July.
generation
So I
was
can
the
go
first
back
to
in
use
time.
images for selfie
Well, that's something.
expression.
I completely
What if
forgot
that girl isn't
multiverses
dead
was a thing
yet?
though.
The point
Can I
remains
save
that
her?
the portraiture has always
They
been a vital
actually
aspect of art
show
and
Romeo
photography.
I need to
finding
go to the
Lindsay's
bathroom quickly and check
expired
it out.
amulet idol.
Now, Max.
Wait, did it actually
since
show
you've captured
Romeo
our interest and
finding
clearly want to join the
Lindsay's?
conversation, can you please tell us the name of
Oh,
the
by the way,
process that
I haven't
gave
even
birth
talked about
to the
this.
first
Like, what a
self-portraits?
dumb move it is. To oh wait, what is this? Oh, yeah. What a
I'm
dumb
sorry.
move though it
I
is
feel sick.
for
May I be
Lindsay to
excused?
not play the
Nice
idol
try,
on Omer.
Max. But you're
Like,
not going to get away that easy.
one, obviously, like playing the idol
We
on
can talk
Omer, I
more
think
after
like
class.
makes it seem like it's her move that
Is
she's
there
saving
anybody
Omer.
here?
Shit.
Like that's
Jefferson
something
wants
to
to keep
give
me after
credit
class.
for her in the
And I
jury.
need time to
But
save
like
that
also,
girl.
it makes no sense her
The process
rationale.
to give portraits is
Like her
sharp and
rationale
style like a
of
mirror. Now you're totally stuck in the retro zone.
like her rationale of that
Very good,
I don't want the
Victoria.
idol
What
to be
if I
back in
rewind
circulation.
it?
That makes no
Give me the right
sense.
answer.
Like the idol's going to be in
Spaces,
circulation anyway.
making them extremely
Like the idol
popular
literally
from the 1800s
expires
onward.
that round,
The
which
first
means no
American
matter
daguerreotype-
what, if they're going to replant an idol, they're going to replant it anyway. Like it makes no sense that she oh fuck off. That she need to play, or that she need to not play the idol to stop it from going back into circulation. It was going to be in circulation anyway.
Max.
So yeah, that was just ridiculous.
Daguerrean process. Invented by
Surprised
a
about
French
Vesepia over
painter
Kathy.
named
I'll be
Louis
honest.
Daguerre
I don't know
around
why I did in
Somebody
retrospect.
has been reading as well as
Like I mean, I still like
Nice work, Max.
again. Like I think a lot of it is like the fact that
The
Vesepia obviously
Daguerrean
outplays
process made
Kathy
portraiture hugely popular. Mainly
at the end.
because it
Also, I
gave
just don't
subjects
like.
clear,
Also,
defined
Kathy's game
features.
is like not
can
like
learn more when you
overly
actually finish reading
impressive
the assigned
either.
chapters.
To where like I
Max
felt
is
like
so far
that
away
the fact that
that,
Vesepia does outplay Kathy
And guys,
was
don't
good
forget the
enough
deadline
to
submit
land
a
her
photo
above
in the
Kathy,
Everyday Heroes
but
contest. I'll fly out with the
I don't know
winner
if I
to San
would do the
Francisco, where
same
you'll be
now.
feted by the art world.
We'll see. I mean, like I think it's a thing that like obviously like very fresh off the rewatch was something I agreed with, but like I think it's like one of these things where like the further I get away from the rewatch, the less I think of Vesepia's game. Even though I'm not even particularly high on Vesepia's game, just all around.
Max, you
But,
are not crazy. You are not
I don't know.
dreaming. It's time to be an everyday hero.
I think like it's not really anything I'm like super solid on.
Victoria,
either
you
way.
still have to do your homework this week.
Excuse me.
Are
Mr.
Johnny and
Jefferson,
MJ dating?
can I talk to
I
you
believe
for a
they
moment?
were,
Yes.
right? At the time?
Excuse you.
No, Victoria.
But I
Excuse
believe
us.
they
I'd never let one of photography's future stars avoid
I believe
handing
like
in
she
her
got back
picture.
together with her husband, right? I might be wrong on that.
I'm not avoiding, just...
I believe MJ was already divorced, right? I believe MJ was already divorced, and yeah, Johnny left her
Exactly.
husband
Max,
for MJ, supposedly.
don't wait too long.
Again, according to
John
rumors.
Lennon once said that life is what
And then
happens while you're busy making other
I think
plans.
Johnny's back with her husband now, though.
Go on now. Don't let me stop you.
Does Johnny Mac want to play Big Brother again? I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know if they'll ever ask him at this point. But it would have been cool to see Johnny Mac play again. But again, the fact that, again, at 22, they didn't
Excuse
ask
me.
him. It's probably not looking
Mr.
good.
Jefferson, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes. Excuse you.
No, Victoria. Excuse us.
If the idol is planted and found, there's a possibility of advantage.
Handing in her picture.
Yeah, that. Well, to be fair, also they don't know, which I think is also a poor read, but they don't
I'm on
know
top of
that Marianne has the
I
idol,
think
right?
John Lennon once
So like
said
for
that
all
life is what
from
happens
their
while you're busy
perspective, they think
making
there's only
other
one
plans.
idol in the
Max,
game.
you're on fire today.
They
All
don't
the right
recognize the
answers.
fact
Good.
that they're
Make sure you finish working
is
on it by
Marianne's idol
today.
as well, which would make it two.
I have
Which I don't
faith
think it's unreasonable to think that two idols exist at Final Five. So it's like I get the fact that they think that it could go back into circulation, but also I think
hope
it's like
I have enough time to
a
get to
bad
the
read that
bathroom.
they don't
Please,
think there already
please.
was an idol from
I can't
beforehand.
tell anybody. They'll think I'm crazy.
Why Devon dropped from challenge? I don't know. Ask Gamer. Supposedly that is the thing, though.
Okay, Max, retrace every step.
Gabriel Cave was robbed of being number one, obviously.
I washed my face.
I really regret that,
shredded my
obviously.
bone. Then the butterfly
Best player of all
flew in,
time.
And I took a
Does Omer
photo.
win if Marianne doesn't play her extra vote? I mean, like, no. Omer was going home anyway. And this is the thing also, is that, like people were talking about, like, this was a, that the extra vote finally mattered in the sense that, oh, it actually voted out Omer. But it's like, it also didn't, though. It's like, Omer was going home anyway. Like, at the point where they split the vote, like, on the revote, are you really telling me that Jonathan and Mike are not going to vote out Omer at that position? Like, obviously they are. Like, the entire point of, like, them voting for Romeo is because they're scared that, but yeah, like, they're scared that,
Tell me what to do.
wait, okay, I didn't mean to do that.
To control me.
God damn it. But they're scared of the idol being played on Omer. So it's like obviously they're gonna vote out Omer if the vote is tied, because it would have been a 2-2-2 tie. To where what Omer doesn't vote, Romeo doesn't vote, and who's the other person? Jonathan doesn't vote, right? So it would have been Mike, Lindsay, and Marianne. And also she gets the extra vote on the revote too, doesn't she?
Hey, do you hear that fire alarm?
Oh yeah, BBAU is terrible on Twitter. I really I don't know why I got spoiled in this episode from BBAU, which was kind of annoying because I'm an idiot and I looked on Twitter. But yeah, I really shouldn't follow BBAU because they really do spoil everything on their Twitter. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about that. We did also get the confirmation that Amazing Race is going to be this fall, so that's something. I'm fine with it. I'm I don't know. It's like obviously it's a lot. Like there's a lot going on, to where the schedule is like really clogged up at this point. To the point where I'm gonna probably drop some videos. I think. I don't know, like, I mean, especially for next year, like, some videos I have, like, penned in, like, I mean, like, not penned in, I guess that would be penciled in, whatever. Yeah, like, some of these videos I'm probably gonna have to drop, but even from, like, this year, it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna do these, like, International Survivor, Merge Boot, and Final Juror rankings. I think I'm probably gonna have to cut those. One, because it's like, I'm not even that interested in actually doing them. But also it's like, again, there's not really gonna be time on the schedule, because like the schedule as of right now, I did add Amazing Race to it, but like I'm not even like including Challenge CBS. I'm not including Circle Season 5, which is probably gonna happen. So we'll report, Nathan. So it's like there's not much room on the schedule right now, to where I am gonna probably need to cut something along the way.
Yes.
So I feel like that's probably what I'll cut there. And then I think next year, like in terms of like certain retrospectives that I thought about doing, not any like reality TV ones, but like in terms of like doing like an Iron Man 15-year retrospective, I'm probably not going to end up doing that.
It's the girls' room.
I know.
Like probably some other like minor ones.
Mr. Prescott happens to be from the town's most
so again, the schedule's just getting like too clogged up, which is why I do feel like I'm going to need to drop some shows.
So it's hard for me to
but
see him
we'll see.
brandishing a weapon in the girls'
Do I think BBU is a joke of a show? I don't know if it's a joke, but it's a show that like it very much feels like them trying to cater towards the Australian audience.
This is serious
but like not even doing that. Like I don't know. I don't like the way that BBAU is made.
After what I told
because I don't like the way that any Australian television I've watched is made.
Please go outside.
But like I get why like some people would like some of the things that happen on BBAU. Then again, I don't feel like anyone likes this format, right?
Prescott family owns Black
Like no one actually likes the current BBAU format. So Marianne versus Erica, I would probably lean towards Erica. But, I mean, if you were to ask me at this point in the season last time, I would have said Marianne. But I think, like, based on what I know about Erica now versus what I know about Marianne right now, I would say Erica is better. Because I think Erica, again, like, is a kind of, like, middle-ish of the middle tier winner. Marianne, for me, is probably going to be a bottom tier winner. Probably, like,
Rachel Amber.
Top of the bottom tier, probably.
She looks so hopeful and pretty. I wonder what happened to her.
Again, like I think like the concept of like was the Taku Forever thing, that's going to definitely play a factor. Posting international videos on Monday or Friday, it takes like those videos take too much time for me to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Let me guess.
Because again, the problem is the amount of time it takes to make the video to begin with. It's not like the actual scheduling of the thing. It's more so like actually taking the time to make the actual video.
Do you know what a drone really is?
To make it worth it. Yeah, I did see that also. Challenge CBS is now going to be called Challenge USA, which is like
might be too complicated
fine.
For you.
Like who cares?
Honey,
but also I do. Yeah, War of the Worlds has now
smart.
changed to
Please,
World
step
Championship, which. Fine. I mean that one's probably the bigger change to me, and I think that one's like for the positive in the sense that obviously War of the Worlds was already a term that they used, so I do find it weird that they used it again. So like they're not doing that. So that's something. Why am I bothering to talk to them?
Okay, I better get to my dorm and grab that flash drive.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother talking to them. We're going to rush through Life is Strange 1. Because I'm really just doing this as a formality of me wanting to play it before doing, before the storm. Do Australians like public votes? Yeah. I think so. But yeah, I think they like the old format. Or again, like BBAU currently is trying to recapture like the Survivor audience.
I need to go to my room.
And like I just feel like that's not
drive.
what Big Brother fans in Australia want, obviously. Like they want like Big Brother, like old Big Brother format of public votes, live audience, all that stuff. I need to talk to Victoria first. Have I rewatched IOI? Have I rewatched IOI?
The selfie host.
I've rewatched the premiere, right, in the finale. I don't think I've ever done a full rewatch, actually. I think that's the only season I haven't done a full
falls for your
rewatch.
wave hipster bullshit.
Right? Well, I mean, 41,
Then
I
again,
watched like
that's
half of it. Again, I
You
didn't watch
could
the full
barely even
thing.
say that. I guess
But yeah, I
you
think that's
messed
actually the
up.
only season I haven't watched, again. Yeah, Edge of Consensus
Since you
should be
know
Marianne
all
at
the
this point.
answers,
Like,
I
again, there's
guess
no
we'll
one
have to find
else.
another
There's
way
no one
into
else
the
that can
dorm.
win right now.
We ain't moving.
Like, it's like, they've, like,
wait.
it was really Omer
Hello,
or
Pose.
Marianne, and now that Marianne has gotten the credit for taking out Omer, like, it's really
So
a Marianne,
Don't worry, Max. I'll put a vintage
a
photo on
Marianne,
your thread before I post it all
coronation
over
episode.
social
That's
medias.
what I was trying to think of.
Why don't you go fuck
Yeah,
yourself?
I am still doing the
yes,
A&W
I'll
review
hit your
for
bony
this
ass
year.
out of my way.
I kind of don't want to, though. Like, especially because, like, when I added to the schedule, like, that was kind of annoying. Like, I had to juggle a few things around. And it's like, it's not even, like, it's not a good time, either. But, I don't know. We'll see. I'm planning on covering it, but, like, I think it's one of these things where, like, if I watch the first couple episodes
walking,
and, like,
hippie.
just simply don't give a shit, then I'm probably going to drop it. But I plan on doing it as of right now. Right now, it's Marianne, Gap, Lindsay, Gap, Mike, Jonathan, Romeo. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. On my actual power rankings, though, I do have Mike and Jonathan above Lindsay. Just because, like, I feel like it's so clear that Lindsay's going home before the final anyway. To where, like, I have no real faith in her to actually win, despite, like, technically, edgically, yes, she is probably number 2.
What the hell? Are you kidding?
Old BBUS fans probably would have supported public votes
Just
back
water.
then, too.
Yeah, water on
I don't
my
know, because, like, no one
beard.
liked
Do you know
BB1,
how much this
right?
fucking outfit costs?
Like, I think it's a
Great.
different
I can't
situation,
even
just because, like,
chill
no
on the
one
steps.
liked BB1, and then, like, BB2 was, like, a much bigger success. So, like, I don't think anyone was, like, actually complaining about US changing its format. But I think for AU that has had, like, this public vote
Okay,
format
let's see if
for,
this works.
14 seasons? No, not 14 seasons. 11 seasons? Something like that. Beforehand. It's like, I get why there's, like, criticism there. Should do a Gabon retrospective because of Gabon? Why not? By the way, I've started my Thailand rewatch. Actually, I've not just started. I'm almost done.
Wet paint is not good for hair, no?
Like, I just finished episode 9 earlier today. By the way, today I had, what was it? I obviously watched the 4 episodes of The Circle,
Don't mess with
BBAU,
Max, bitches.
what was it? Challenge All Stars, and then I even watched an episode of Survivor Thailand, and then Survivor 42. So I've just been watching reality TV all day. I will say I am not hating Thailand as much as I thought. Like, my opinion of Thailand is just the same. Like, it's, I mean, like, to be fair, like, the next couple episodes are going to be like a massive slog. Like, you get the Penny, like, because I just got to the Ken boot. So I'm about to get to the Penny and Jake boots, which are, like, really boring. But yeah, like, I mean, I haven't hated it as much as I thought I would. Like, obviously the Gandia situation is, like, it hasn't aged well, but, and, like, there's definitely, like, comments here and there that haven't aged well. But, like, really, I feel like a lot of, like, the true negativity of the season comes from things you hear about after the fact. Where, like, Brian Heidick is not as massive a villain as I remembered him being, like, on the actual show. We'll comfort.
I am
So
sorry.
yeah, I didn't.
That's an awesome cashmere coat.
I didn't hate the
It
first
was.
9 episodes of
But there'll
Thailand.
be another.
I mean, to be fair, the last couple episodes have
Well, you always
dragged
seem
a
to
little
know how to
bit. Like,
pick
I would
the
say,
right
like, up until the
outfits.
fake merge. I actually think Thailand's
I
like
do
a
have some
fine
talent.
season.
Mr. Jefferson told
Even
me.
though, like, the cast
Seen
is
your
definitely, like,
pictures.
still
You have a great
not
eye.
great.
Richard Avedon-esque.
Difference between Twitter and
He's one of my
Facebook.
heroes.
I feel like there's a lot of,
Thanks,
like,
Max.
you can tell the difference in the audiences from
I hope
Twitter
those
and
sluts
Facebook.
get me a towel before they
Yeah,
sign
Robsey's
on me.
fun. Robsey's a really great character. And really, he's like what keeps
You deserve a better shot.
Sukchai like as compelling
Sorry
as they are,
about
because like
blocking
Sukchai
you
is a
and
drag of a tribe.
the go fuck
Like, I
yourself.
like Jake.
That was
And then
mean,
like,
but pretty funny.
I mean, I guess Ken actually, yeah, even
of those
Ken's like
days,
not
you know?
interesting until
I
his
know
fights with
exactly what
Rob.
you mean,
So I mean, like,
Victoria.
yeah, and then obviously you got
I'll
Shan.
see you
Shan's
later.
great, but like, yeah, I mean, it really is Robsey like
Alright, well.
carrying that tribe entertainment wise.
Victoria probably played me. I should have played her.
CBS already had Survivor for a few years. Yeah. I mean, BB2 was after Australian Outback, right? Yes, because 9/11 is what delayed Africa's airing. So yeah, the first 2 seasons.
Victoria is going to be pissed we took
And
so
also,
long.
like, people from Borneo and Australian Outback showed up on BB2. So, like, that's when they changed the formats, because, like, obviously, like, Survivor was the biggest show on TV at that point. So, yeah, I think by that point, they were kind of, like, obviously, I think there was this, like, sentiment, oh, they're just copying Survivor.
Sweet Home.
But
My
I think, like,
favorite
because
cartoon.
season 1 wasn't well received, it was, like, people were, like, more fine with it. Do I think Thailand's better than Australian Outback? I think so, still. I think
Lauren
I
makes
still
me
have it
laugh.
above.
It's
But
nice
yeah,
to
like,
feel like
there's
I
so many, like,
friend here.
humorous moments in, like, the first half of the season. Again, like, take away the Ted and Gandia stuff. Like, if you take that out, it's like a funny season. Like, it's a dark, like, it's filled with, like, dark humor throughout a lot of it. But you still have the Ted and Gandia stuff. But again, like, the back half, and like, from the fake merge on, it does start to drag. And yeah, I mean, I haven't watched the last few episodes, obviously, but I'm expecting to not like the next 2 that I have to watch. But I'll see. Kyle's probably taking season off. Is he? I thought he was likely last I saw. Went to Wawa, forgot your wallet, your driver's license in your wallet. Well, that's not ideal. I don't like the audience being at BBUS BB Can evictions. I don't mind them being there, but I don't like the like what happened in early BB Can, where they were allowed to, like, cheer and stuff for players and everything.
Thirsty. I'm
And
the
cheer and
worst
boo.
baby
Like, I mean, like, because obviously that's the thing that was
Drink up.
taken from BBUK, but BBUK is not this, like, social strategy game. Like, it's a radically different game that is all about public perception. So I think it's fine there, while again, for them to do it in BB Can just kind of ruins the integrity of the game. Favorite sport? I don't really have one. I guess, like, I mean, they're trying to make Ninja Warriors sport, right? I guess, too fair, they're trying to make the challenge a sport also, so I guess one of those. What am I doing here again? Oh, I need the flash drive. Flash drive. Where's the flash drive? Did I get the flash drive already? I probably did and was just not paying attention. Did I? I don't think I did. Oh, no, because you have to get that from... Okay, I remember now. I remember...
I need to
Like,
grab the flash drive on my desk.
Oh, wait, do I have
before
to fucking
Lauren.
see the note? Is that what it is?
Looks
because
like
it-
Dana left me a little.
Yeah, there we
post-it
go.
note. Great. Now I
Gotta
have
love
to go get the
Dana,
flash
everyone's
drive
favorite
from
character,
Dana's
Dana.
room.
You can't get out now, Dana. So tell me the truth or rotten.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, that Kyle is doing Georgie Shore, right? But I believe... Hasn't
Welcome
Gamer
to the
said
real
that Kyle's going
drama
to be
queens
on?
of Blackwell.
So
Hey,
maybe
Juliet.
he's going straight from
Is
that to the
everything
challenge?
Oh yes, Max.
Yeah, I
watched Dana
have
in
heard
the
about
room
Tracy and
because we're
Huey
cool.
not being on. That makes Survivor a sport? I mean...
What did
It
she
is
do?
to me.
What didn't she do? Dana's been sexting with my boyfriend.
Ouch. How did you find out?
Looks like... Are you gonna
Why
win
do
the
you
org?
care?
Oh, yeah,
Why
you're
are you
the
even
captain
asking me?
of the
You never
season.
talk.
Well, that's
Just
something.
zone out with your camera.
You're the Boston Rob
That's
of
why I'm talking to
orgs
you
now?
What's my last name?
Fuck, what's her last name again? Watson, right? I
Juliet
believe it's
Watson. Duh.
I'm flattered. I didn't even think you knew my name.
Oh, the
at
voice
all.
acting in this game is so
Of
fucking
course
dumb.
I do. Just because I don't talk a lot doesn't mean I don't
Do I
care.
think yes is genuine or putting
So,
on a nice
how
guy
did you find out
character?
about them?
I think it's a
According
mix.
to Victoria, Dana
Like I
would
think
do
he is
anything to
a
be the
nice
quarterback.
guy, but
According to Victoria.
I think he's trying to obviously use this element
She
of him
saw
being
the
a nice
sext,
guy to
and Zachary won't answer his phone. Once Dana admits
to
it,
like
she
make
can
him
go.
look more credible in the
Straight to
game.
hell.
Max, I swear I didn't do anything. But I bet Victoria did. I know the proof is in her room.
Okay, we're gonna go to Victoria's room. I can't believe it's been over 2 years since I last played this. How'd Kyle do on Survivor? I mean, like, probably not well, realistically, right? Because, like, obviously he's, like, known as this snake that, like, backstabs people, but, like, he's also, like, not actually that good strategically. Like, he's just, like, a very
Boom.
self-interested
This is
person,
the email I need to show Juliet.
but
Now I
not
have to
really,
print this fast and get the hell out of here.
like, I think in a game like Survivor, he would be, like, really outclassed by the people around him. Maybe Big Brother, he could potentially do better. But, yeah, I don't think he would do that well. How do you... Oh, there, print. God damn it. Thoughts on Johnny Mac as a player and character? Didn't I answer that? I don't remember. Character, I think he's like an all-time great character. I think he's a lot of fun. Player, I mean, like, he's fine. I mean, like, he's a bit too passive in the game. Like, he was never really a part of any, like,
This
major
better
alliances
convince
on the
Juliet that
season.
Dana is innocent.
He was obviously this, like, easy pawn for people to throw around. He did have some good relationships, but, like, it never really was, that active in the game until, like, kind of the end, but, like, even then, not really.
Juliet, read this.
Is that a gif of Bruno kicking the bag? Something. Of all the challenge people, you have the most faith in Kyle. I mean, like, I would probably have the most faith in, like,
I'm an
Bananas,
asshole.
probably.
I'm sorry, Dana.
You are. And
Maybe.
hope so.
I don't know. Who would I have the most faith
You
in?
really think I'd mess around
I would have
with
more
Zach
faith
at
in
all?
Bananas than Kyle, though.
But I get stupid jealous. I owe you dinner. Still love me?
And you do.
Kyle
my
reminds you of
laundry.
Andy from
Thanks,
Australian
Max.
Survivor. I think that's
You're
kind
like
of
the Black
a...
Hole Ninja. Now let's
decent
see
comparison.
what Zach has to say about Victoria.
You set
I think
me
he was
free.
actively passive. Yeah, I think he's actively passive, but I think
last
he's
drive is on
too
my desk.
actively passive. Where I think he's actively passive to his detriment.
Almost done. Get the flash drive, and then I'll go see Warren.
Must protect my precious.
Why Kendall ask if she can sabotage herself? Because that's Kendall for you. I love how, like, I kind of forgot how like bad of a player Kendall was. Oh, let's take the fucking pregnancy test. Fuck you, Dana. But yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Max, that's mine. Thank
That,
you.
like, in season 1, that's why she was, like, hated so much.
You're
Because, like,
not
in season 2,
helpful.
it's like it's never
You're
brought
just
up.
nosy.
So it's funny that
I
that, like,
think you better
came back here. Bananas is too much of a dick. I mean, like, I think Bananas, like, is...
Nice, Max.
But
You
I think,
hurt
like, there
feelings
is,
by
like,
being so
some,
damn
like,
nosy
potential
about
of, like, a Boston Rob
it. But I
style
could rewind and
game
make it up to her.
from Bananas. Was Marianne land on the winner ranking? I talked about that. I would say, like, probably top of bottom tier. I think maybe potential for, like, bottom middle tier. But I don't see how...
Damn,
like, she's definitely not
I better
top tier.
rewind.
Like, there's no way she reaches top tier. I think, like, whether or not she makes middle tier and, like, where she lands within the middle tier will be determined on, like, was the Taku 4 ever a real thing? Like, was it ever... like, was it them actually being together but then lying to everyone else that they weren't, and, like, them, like, actively putting Marianne on the outs to make it not look like they were truly together? Or was it actually that Marianne was on the outs and then she just, like, all of a sudden makes this move at Final 6 and then wins the game from that? Because if that's the case, then yeah, she's a bottom tier winner. If she was actually, like, if, like, Omer, Lindsay, Jonathan were actually planning on working with Marianne the entire time, then I think that changes things.
Please, leave me alone. alone.
Oh, what did I just pick? I literally just... Oh, I didn't pick the helper. Renegade Max? I didn't plan on doing Renegade Max.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for nothing, Max.
Man, I should have stepped in between.
Oh, we're talking about the Gandhi attack. Yeah, there was no
so over the line.
intercourse.
I could rewind and try something different.
But yeah, it's like what
So
Ted
don't think I'm blind.
like
I see
grinded on
everything
her
here
at night,
Blackwell.
right?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, and leave me alone.
And then like later claims that he like bit her in the neck. I think is a thing too. We'll intervene.
Hey,
So
why
that's
don't you leave her
something.
alone?
Would have faith in
Excuse
Johnny
us.
and Survivor.
This is
I would too,
official
actually.
campus
I think Johnny
business.
could do well in Survivor.
Excuse
And Big
me,
Brother.
You shouldn't be yelling at students or bullying
Yeah,
them.
I think Johnny could do well.
Nobody is bullying anybody. I'm doing my job.
Would Omer have been a top tier winner?
You're part of the problem,
Probably.
Missy. I will remember this conversation.
Omer would probably be like bottom top tier, I think, or maybe mid top tier, if he had won.
Oh, Max, that was great.
Well, I think it
think
matters
you
like how
scared
he
him for once.
wins.
I have to go.
I think. Well, either way, he probably would be
It
top
means
tier.
a
Like I think he would be like
Anytime.
bottom top tier for sure if he had to like win out these last few rounds. But if
felt
like
like
he
an
remains in
everyday
control,
hero
no one really goes against him, and then he wins against like Marianne and Romeo or something like that. Then like yeah, he's probably like mid top tier at that point. Oh yeah, I'm the first boot on Big Brother, but I'm the winner of Survivor, so that's definitely a thing. Who's Rob Z? You don't remember Rob Z? It's two B's, guys. But yeah, it's still. Yeah, Rob Z's great. He's the skater guy that brought a skateboard.
I'm glad I
He
stepped in
fucking
that
brought a
time.
skateboard as his
Can't
luxury
stand
item
to
on the
see people
beach.
being bullied.
Yeah, it's
I don't
fucking
get it.
like hilarious. Everything
How
about
could Zach
Rob
and
Z.
Victoria do?
Hi, Juliet.
He's a terrible player
How are
though.
you doing?
Oh,
I'm struggling
hey,
on the
Max.
player ranking though for
Sorry.
Thailand.
I'm
Where
so
again, like
screwed
obviously I'm
up.
putting it together like as the boots happen. I'll try to open up my power ranking thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like I debate on where to put Xian. I think that's a tough one. Where really is Xian above or below Aaron and Penny? Like that's my question. Because like the thing that I don't know for sure, like I assume, but I don't know for sure, is
Sorry
that
I
like
had to find
was
out about
Ken and
Zachary
Jake
that way.
actually planning on
Or
taking
anyway.
Better
Xian
sooner than later.
towards the end?
Now that skank Victoria.
Like, were
won't
they
be
actually
walking
going to vote
behind
up
my
Penny
back
over
anymore.
Xian before
Have you
Xian blew
talked to
everything
Zach
up?
yet?
Mr.
Like, my
Badass
assumption
football
is
hero
yes.
is
My
such
assumption is that
chicken
Xian
shit.
did
He
blow
said
up her
he
game.
sexted Victoria as a joke.
Which is funny because, like, I think
Ha ha.
her blowing up her game would actually lead to her being higher on the ranking than
He usually
if
does.
she was just, like, outright going to be the
Hang him in,
boot
Juliet.
anyway.
See you
Then I
around,
think that's
Max.
actually worse. I think that's a debate. And then, I don't know, like, where does Gandhi Antonio rank is also a debate. Like, is Rob above or below them? Because, like, Rob, like, again, is a bad player. And I do think, like, for the most part, I have to, like, kind of associate him with Steph and Jed as, like, they're booted back to back to back, and they're all, like, in the same alliance. It's just kind of just an easy putting
Yo, Max,
there.
check it out.
But, like,
Well,
Rob
Max,
is someone that, like,
how
they
are you?
didn't want to
Here's your
vote
flash.
out. Like, even though he did all these,
No
like, he annoyed the tribe
Check
and
out
everything,
my
was
new
part of the,
wheels.
like, outside
Cool.
group. It's like,
Very
they still
old school.
liked him. Like, they still wanted to keep him
1978 to be
around. And we're just kind of, like,
exact. Now we
forced
can
to
go
because
to
they
the
obviously
drive-in.
lost another
There's one
challenge.
in Newburgh, just 60 miles away.
You're in the wrong time, Warren.
I don't know. I think there's an argument for him being
You
higher.
okay?
It's been one strange fucking day.
I bet. I heard Victoria got a face full of paint. I'd pay money to see a photo of
Rob
that.
Z better than Tony? Obviously. You got your wallet now? How'd you get your wallet now? Whatever. Kendall also replaced Katie in the Inferno? In terms of what? Weren't they both on the
I
Inferno?
wish I would have known.
You probably could have raised a Kickstarter fund just for that one image of her covered in paint.
Well, actually, wait, what season?
Had I
Yeah,
known
she was
that.
on the Inferno, right? Yeah, they were
Anyway,
both on the
Victoria
Inferno.
took down my photo, so that drama ended well.
So, did
Me
you
and
get a
Bryce
chance
for
to
next
check out the
Challenge
movie
Rivals
video on my
season?
flash
Why
drive?
not? Like, obviously that would go well. Would Omer be the only top tier winner? Yes. I think Mike would be like a probably like middle. I mean, he'd be a middle tier winner. I'm just debating on like, would it be like top middle tier? I don't think so, right? It's like, I don't know. I mean, like, I think, because, like, the thing about Mike that's tough to gauge is that I feel like so much of the view of Mike's game is based on the edit, where the edit is so, like, undermining him over and over and over again, this end game. But it's like, if he did actually win, like, if he had this perception that he is the winner and, like, he is going to win, then, like, his game's not that bad then, right?
Make sure you watch Cannibal Holocaust.
I love how, like, this game is,
disturbed by all those
just, like, forces in, references like that.
Can a sensitive high school boy love sensitive vampires, too?
So you're
Plays
sensitive.
Survivor quiz and said
Ouch,
Amazon
that
had the
sounds
first
awful the way you say
Asian
it.
American castaway. Well, Xi'an was in Thailand. And then Dan Liu was the second
How so?
Sensitive usually
in
means
Amazon. Then I believe they didn't have one again until, like, Cook Islands,
God.
right?
You need a sensitive
Which is, like,
woman to
kind of
kick your
insane.
ass.
Maybe
I
I'm
was
forgetting
lucky.
one person.
Speaking
But,
of
like,
flipping
I know
fast,
for sure, like,
you
there
should
were
put
not,
on my
like,
car to an
that many
actual movie
Asian
this
people on
week.
Survivor until Cook Islands,
But
which
you
is, like,
seem
really
distracted.
weird. Like, how little representation there was.
I need
Yeah,
to
we
talk
talked about
to
Amazing
somebody
Race. Amazing Race coming
just to get it out of
immediately
my
after
system.
Survivor in the fall. That's
Dr.
cool.
Warren Graham is in the house.
Um,
I won't even prescribe you any meds.
Yeah. I don't really have much else to say.
Everything.
Is there a cast? Do we know the cast of
For reals,
34 yet?
Warren, this is
I really
between
have
you
not
and
paid
me,
attention.
Not social media.
Don't insult me. Max, go on.
I had this incredible.
In one country you think Amazing Race will be traveling to in 34, I think the easy
I mean,
one would be like
life changing.
England or
Have you ever had a dream
France,
so
because I
real
feel like
it
that's
was
probably
like
where
a
they're going to
movie?
stay, is like
Max Caulfield, right?
is like Western
One of the
Europe.
Jefferson's photo groupies.
I'm one of his students.
What the fuck ever? I know you like to take pictures, especially when you're hiding out in the bathrooms.
Yeah, I
Best
got
tell
screwed
me
by
you
Jenny
told the
thing, still
principal
recovered.
Now.
I mean, like, yeah, like
Answer
Mike's game
me,
on
bitch.
paper is strong.
I told
To a
him the
degree.
truth.
I mean, like, again, it's strong, but it isn't, because like he is letting go of people that, like, while he is like,
dragged me into his office.
like if he ends up winning, it's like, yes, you can say, okay, he
Nobody
led the
lectures
charge
me.
in getting rid of
Everyone
Chanel,
tries,
he
though.
led the charge in getting rid of High, but like those weren't good
You
moves
should
for him
talk to
though.
somebody,
Like,
Nathan.
yes, he like controlled
not
the game, but like he
analyze
wasn't
me.
making
I
optimal
paid you
moves
for that.
when controlling the
About
game.
yourself, Max Caulfield.
So I don't know. Is UK plan on player ranking coming out next Wednesday? I believe so, right? I think that's the plan. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so challenge season ranking is this Saturday. UK Panama player ranking is Wednesday, and then we got Survivor 42 review, Circle review, Survivor 42 player ranking. So that's the plan. I still haven't locked in a lot of the videos beyond that, though. Like, obviously I have the schedule, but like none of these are like super solid on like what's coming out like the Saturday after the player ranking. We'll see. How badly do I want Omer return? Dude, it's not that badly. I'm fine if he comes back. Fine if he doesn't. It's whatever. I don't care, really. I'm not dying for it.
Do it.
I feel like there's so many other people I would rather see back, personally. But if we're talking about from this season, then yeah, he's probably one of the more...
Leave him alone.
Like, he's one of the people that I
Nobody
would like to
tells
see back
me
more.
What to do? Not my parents, not the principal,
Stop that.
or that whore in the bathroom.
When we will get a Survivor News? I mean, I believe the current rumors that they're not filming until...
Max? Chloe?
Actually, when was it? I don't remember anymore. Was it like September or something?
Again.
It was like towards the end of the year. Which,
Get in, Max.
yeah. It's like, I'm assuming we're not getting a season until, at best, like December of this year.
Nobody.
Fuck, I don't have Challenge 38 on the schedule either. So hopefully there's
Nathan Prescott is messed up.
no Challenge
and
38
dangerous.
by the end of the year.
This
I'm
day
assuming there
never
is, though.
ends.
But whatever.
Thanks, Chloe.
How's Circle Safety Chain?
After 5
It's
years,
fine.
you're still Max Caulfield.
I mean, not like super surprising,
Don't give me
the events by the end of it. I'm like we saw most of it like
I'm
last
seriously glad to see you.
week.
Oh, and thanks,
But
Chloe.
I do think
It makes perfect
you
sense I'd see
Yuling
you
makes the
today.
wrong
Yes, it's been that
move.
kind of day.
But
So
whatever,
that freak want
works
with you.
out, I guess. By the way, Yuling, I think Yuling's winning.
idea.
If I'm following
I know he's a
my
And an asshole. He finally
my
stood up for you.
like
What?
assumption about
Yeah,
how
I
the
owe
circle
him
edits
big
the final batch of
You're not the only
episodes.
one in debt.
Uh,
And you're already
I think
causing
View is
trouble.
winning.
I
I think
thought it would
Frank
be
can
quiet
still
here.
win, but I feel like
Feels
they're
so weird
the
to be
two like
So I guess
likely
Seattle sucked
winners.
hard?
I feel like the other three are not super, or the other four are not super likely.
I guess.
Where
It was cool, but
yeah, I mean, like I think the
felt
family
lonely,
segment is
out of our
definitely
I would think you'd fit right in with
the
the
big
art school
indicator.
hipsters.
Where
Right.
every
You
like
look
the
like
last
the cover
3
of
seasons they've had family
hipstergirl.com.
segments at the
At
end.
least you're still a
The winner
smartass.
got the
That's
most
why I'm here.
content during the family
Please,
segment,
girl.
and I believe every
You
time
came
they were
back to
saved for
Blackwell
last as
Academy.
well, which is like makes it very obvious. But like Felix in UK was last.
Of course, it's one of the best
And got a lot of
photography
focus.
programs in the
Lisa
country.
got a lot of focus, and then
And my
James got a lot of
favorite teacher,
focus.
Mark Jefferson.
So if we're going by that
So
trend,
you
that
came
means
back to
you is the
Arcadia
winner
for a
this season
teacher,
because she
not
got
your
that
husband.
exact same edit.
Don't you think I'm happy to see you?
But I will
No.
say again, like
You were
Frank,
happy
I
to
think
wait
also
5
got
years
like
without a call or
decent
even a
content,
text.
and also like his was like spread out throughout the entire final batch of episodes here, where like he got a lot more personal content throughout it, while you really only got it in that one scene, which like James from last season also got a similar edit to how Frank got this time. So I still think it's like potentially a Frank win as well, but
Give me
if
a
I were to
break.
guess, I would
I
say
was going
you
through
makes the
changes.
most sense to
Like
me.
you.
I guess those changes included dumping me from your
Because
life.
I think Frank is
That's
like
not
too
true, Chloe.
blatantly out in front as
Bullshit.
well
You thought you'd
as
hook up with all these
the
art pricks in Seattle. Didn't
as the
happen,
likely
no.
winner to where
You're
people are going to vote him
merciless.
down.
You've been at Blackwell for almost a month.
Would I rather a
now.
Ricardo Omer return? Ricard.
I just wanted to settle in first and not be such a shy, cliche
Personally.
geek. I totally would have contacted
Omer,
you.
Jonathan Omer.
I bet you don't use these sad excuses on Mr.
I'll be
Jefferson.
fine if we never
Don't
see
use them
Jonathan
on
again.
Max.
I think Jonathan on the challenge could be interesting. Where, like, I don't know, it's like, I mean, like, obviously Jonathan's looked at as, like, problematic at this point. But, so I feel like Jonathan on the challenge could be, and is he still in the running? I know he was on the list earlier.
Man, are you serious?
Wow.
Like, I wouldn't be that opposed to
Not
that. But, like,
everything
on
changes.
Survivor, I feel like we've
Except
gotten
my
most of what we
camera
can
has
get
officially
from Jonathan
taken
at
a
this
shit.
point.
My
Imagine
step
surprise
douche
Rachel
has a
win.
boatload of
I
tools.
thought, like,
Maybe
if
you
you
could
told
visit my
me,
place.
I need very specific, tiny
we
tools.
like in the middle of
Little place.
batch 2,
My stepdad has
like
a
I
fully
thought
stocked
Rachel
garage.
was a likely
And he
winner.
actually is a tiny tool.
But I think this
Welcome
final
home,
batch
Max.
here, like I just feel like Frank and Ewing were getting so much more content than Rachel. To where, I mean, if I'm doing a power ranking, I think it's Ewing, Frank, then Rachel. But still, I don't think Rachel is the most likely winner. But it would be interesting. This would be the first time your favorite winner won the circle. Well, that's something. Do I think Corinne and Eliza will return reality
Come on
TV?
in. Don't be shy.
Probably. If you were to make me bet, I would say no. But you never really know. But I mean, like obviously Eliza is like trying to become like, what was she trying to be? Manhattan District Attorney? Is that what it was? Which she lost that race. But it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if like she's kind of focused on like trying to get it at some point.
My room looks a bit different
And
than
then
the last time
Corinne,
we saw.
I just think Corinne's kind of done.
It's
Like, I don't know if Corinne
Guess we
would
can
do
chill out.
reality TV again.
This isn't
We'll see, though.
exactly my chill out zone. My stepfuhrer makes sure of that. Come in and
Interesting
close the door.
Thailand player ranking.
some
Because there's a
music while
clear
I'm
16, clear number 1. Yeah, there is. It's not really, it's not close. Actually, to be honest,
Tell
I
me,
still don't know
what
who
does
number
Max
2
Caulfield
is
do for fun now that she's
on
a
the
grown-up?
Thailand player ranking. Well, I don't know where to go. Because, like, yeah, I mean, because, like, Clay is obviously someone that's, like,
Not little Miss Wallow.
never going to
I bet
win.
you've never
Like,
even
I
been
don't
to a
know who
party.
Clay wins
Oh,
against.
right.
Where really
I
his
went
best
to your
scenario is
birthday
probably
blowout.
against Brian.
Max, you were 12 years old. That's sad. You should
Yeah, it's
stick
like,
to taking
I don't
photos.
know, like, how Clay wins. Jan was never really active in the game, so it's like, it's tough to really put her at number 2, despite the fact that she probably wins if she gets to the end against, for sure against Clay, and then I think even against Brian, there's a chance. What am I doing here again? Oh, I have to turn on the music, right? How do you do that? I don't remember. I haven't played this game in so long at this point. Jonathan's boring. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's like he's not like the most boring person ever, but like he's definitely not the most interesting player ever. Corinne's definitely not coming back. Yeah, Corinne's never playing Survivor again. I can guarantee you that. I think the debate is like, does she go an Amazing Race again?
I barely recognized her.
Mike would be a rest returning from the season. I think it'd be a good one. Like, I would say, like, if I were to rank the people from the season, like, how much I would like to see them back. I mean, to be honest, Marianne might be number one. Even though, like, I'm expecting her to win at this point. It's like, I still think, like, Marianne would probably be number one. Then... Yeah, like, Mike and Omar are probably the next two. Oh, Andrea would be kind of in there. I guess Hai is in there.
Hey, give me that.
Sorry, I wasn't
I
trying
wouldn't be
to
opposed to a Chanel return, though I don't
Obviously, she
think
was
it's
a good
super
friend.
likely.
Putting it mildly.
To be honest, I don't know if there are that many people from this season that I even want to see back. Now that I'm thinking about
That's
it.
Rachel Amber.
Like, even though, like,
From the
again, there's a
same
lot of
person
talk about how
posters
great
were
this
all
cast
over
is. Like,
Black
I don't know if there's that many
Yeah,
people
I
I
put
even
them
want to
up.
see back.
She was my angel.
How would I feel
After my
about
dad died and
Tommy
you moved,
with Sister
I felt
Chrissy coming? I mean, I
abandoned.
think he'll be fine. Like, Tommy is someone that I
Rachel
think would
saved
be
my
interesting
life.
on the challenge. I don't think
Man, I
he's
had no
that
idea.
poised to do well in
Well, you
terms
never
of, like,
made much effort to find
eliminations.
out. I was 14.
But
We
I
were
mean, he is
best
like an
friends.
athletic guy, and he's a guy that's like pretty good, like in terms of social strategy elements of the game. So I think it'll be interesting to see at least
Rachel
one
took
time
my
around.
place.
I'm glad she was there for you.
Rachel had my back. We were gonna
Maybe
kick
season
the
with
world's
Mike,
ass.
Brad, Ace, and Vince
Would laugh
Sly
how
all in the same
different we
tribe.
were.
Yeah,
She
I mean,
wanted
it'll
to
never
be a star.
happen, but
She looks
it
like
would
a
be fun.
model.
That was her plan.
Don't think Shan's ever coming
Our
back.
plan.
I think there's a
Get
chance.
the hell out of Bigfoot.
Like, obviously, there's like the
Los
rumors
Angeles.
out there that production doesn't love Shan, in terms of like the
So what happened?
that she
Did
was
your
like a pain
folks,
to deal with
your mom,
while
try
out
to
there,
stop you?
but
My mom
I
was
still
too busy
suspect
hooked up
that
with
they
Sergeant
would
Shithead.
bring her back.
I
Though
feel the love.
I think she for
Now,
sure would say
when
yes.
did Rachel actually disappear?
6 months ago.
Which
She
Survivor
just
player would
left
I like to
Arcadia.
see on Big
Without a word.
Brother?
Without me.
Especially in terms of how they operate on the live feeds. I mean, I think like Omer would be a really good Big Brother player. I think maybe that's the answer. But I think again, like, I wish we got Boss Rob on Celebrity Big Brother. I think that would have been like
How
really
do you know she
fascinating
disappeared?
to see him
Maybe
play.
She wanted to start a totally new life.
Unlike you, she would have told me, okay?
Are Sis and Jay
Something happened
friends?
to her. I believe
I don't
you.
know. Are they?
I'm just trying to get all deductive.
Before Rachel left,
Would I rather
she
see
said
Tommy
she
or
met
Earl play
somebody who
again?
changed
Earl.
her
It's
life.
not even close. I'm good without
And
seeing
poof.
Tommy ever on
And you
reality TV at
haven't
this
heard
point.
anything from her since?
Like everybody in my life.
And like
My
also, I
dad,
feel like I have a
you,
good grasp on Tommy as a
Rachel.
player. But like I feel like Earl, there's more
God.
question marks. Because again, I
Can we
think
put
that's
on
what's
some
like
music
so
now?
great about Tommy's winning game is that you see both sides of him as a player. You see him from the bottom and from the top. Like you see him face so much adversity and him overcome it, while also still playing a dominant game alongside that. While with Earl, it's like there's not really as much adversity. It's like there is on paper, in the sense that he like obviously comes from Ravu, which is the like have-not tribe and everything. But he's also like on a season where, like one, there were these like the diversity stuff that like made it so like the Black Alliance was a thing that did benefit him. You also have the Explorers versus Builders thing that also benefited him. So like I feel like there are more question marks on Earl for me in terms of like how he would do in any given
Fix your
season.
camera in the garage.
Chloe.
I have not finished
Are
the
you
Kevin
okay?
deep dive with Taryn.
Sure, I'm
I've
awesome.
started
I
listening
just
to
want to
it,
blaze and be alone for a
but
moment.
it's so fucking long. It's 5 hours and 20 minutes. But I got to the where am I? I'm like immediately like I'm at the beginning of the first Geno HOH week. So I'm like 2 hours and something into it. Which season is better, IOI or AU Blood vs. Water? I would probably rather rewatch IOI. I don't know if that's like the actual answer though. But yeah, I would rather rewatch IOI than
I
Blood
haven't
vs.
seen
Water.
this place in 5 years.
But a lot of that has to do with the fact
I
that Blood
should be
vs.
able to
Water is
find
like
the
way
tools I need
longer.
here. These are way too big. I need tiny tools for that camera.
Miriam would be great on Big Brother and Amazing Race. Would she? I mean, like, I feel like she'd be okay, but I feel like she's still, like, someone that could easily be, like, an outsider on Big Brother as well. I really, like, Marianne as a player, like, even though, again, like, I think Marianne, like, made a really good move here, I don't know how sold I am on, like, Marianne being a good player in the grand scheme of things. Like, I still think she's like a super high variance player. I think Big Brother should be even more high variance than on Survivor. Yeah, it's 5 hours and 20 minutes. Like, that's how long the Kevin deep dive is. Which supposedly the original recording was 6 hours. So they like cut stuff out.
Butterfingers.
The fact that Earl barely watched Survivor before and played that good shows how gifted of a player he is. Yeah. But again, like, he was also still like benefited by things that aren't typically on a season. That I still have question marks there. But yeah, he's still a really good player though. But in terms of like solidifying him as like an all-time great player, like I still feel like there's a couple things I need to see. Essentially, I need to see him face adversity, like true adversity. What am I supposed to do here again? Because what? This just leads to the same thing, right? Yeah. Earl or Todd? I'd probably say Todd. But it's just that I'm kind of like at the point where it's never happening. Like, we're never seeing Todd play Survivor again. It's like I've kind of like accepted that. Yeah. Brad and Melissa is a pair that I've heard. I've not heard Wes and his wife. But yeah, I've heard Anissa and her friend, which is like, why the fuck is Anissa back?
What the?
Like, I think we're good, but whatever. I've not heard about Melinda, and then
For reals?
I've not heard about
This
Bananas
guy
and
has
Nani either,
serious
actually.
trust issues.
Oh yeah, I have heard Jay and
Do
Michelle.
Chloe and Joyce even know about this?
And yeah, Christy and Tommy if they're on. Wait, what is this? Oh, okay, that's us figuring that out. What am I forgetting here? Wait, let's close this, because we don't want to get caught. You become a subscriber. It's it's either Paramount, or not Paramount. I was gonna say Paramount Plus. You have Amazon Prime, sub with Prime, or it's what, $5 a month
Precision
US.
screwdrivers. Except I can't reach them.
Why is Gamer not saying why Dave on drop? I don't know. I don't know why Gamer does most of the things that he does. Oh yeah, Kayla and her husband were also rumored. So that's the thing.
That was very smart, dumbass. No can reach.
Okay, push this. You said, does all the money go to me? No. It's half of it. The other half goes to Twitch.
Yes, you have mad skills, Max.
And to be fair, I literally got my first like payment from Twitch the other day.
I should
Like, I've literally I've made pretty much nothing from Twitch. Nor do I planned on making much money from Twitch. But yeah, like I pretty much get nothing from Twitch. To where, like, again, it took me a year to make what I make in like, I don't know, like 5 days, if that, on YouTube. So, whatever. Why was Big D your partner? Or why was Big D your partner over? Yeah, I don't know. Again, don't ask me like why like certain casting things are like, I don't fucking know. Like I don't know. I'm not involved in the casting process. Like, I don't have information from production.
Sweet. You can sit at my desk and fix your camera.
Never liked how Max just ghosted Chloe. I mean, like, I'll be honest, I would do the same thing. Like, so I always like kind of resonated with Max. Like that's a lot of the reason why I've always liked Max Caulfield, is because like I really resonate with the character. Like I feel like I would do the exact same fucking shit. Like like I'm the type of person that I would also never talk to Chloe ever again.
I just took them today.
Let me see. Wait, I've seen this before. No way. When did you take this? You took this
am I Jeff
photo, you
Probst?
rat?
I mean, obviously,
In the
I
bathroom
sound
today.
just like him.
You set off the alarm. That's why Nathan raged after you.
Apparently, Melissa suggested
Totally
brand
makes
production.
You
Why?
saved my life.
And that's like such a
That's
random
Matrix, Max.
pairing. Like they've been on one season together and have like very little
I was
connective
there.
tissue.
Hiding in the corner.
Damn, you're a ninja.
Like, was there even ever a scene where Brad and Melissa
I just
talked?
took a butterfly photo.
Like, I feel like they have like
That is so
nothing
badass.
to do with each other. Like, I really don't get why.
Myself when I saw the gun.
That's a thing.
So, did you recognize me?
Guess your favorite Survivor season? I would guess Gabon.
I wasn't sure.
I know I look a lot different.
I was scared too. I couldn't see straight.
I don't blame you, Max.
Like you said, it's been that kind of day.
Who's the better player,
So
Ozza or
you must have
Shireen?
overheard our conversation.
Probably Ozza. Of the respective
Just a
shows.
bit.
There's no way you didn't hear every single vowel.
Okay, I only heard something about money.
Well, at least like
drugs,
Ozza's like a
but that's
plateable
it.
person socially.
Now for the
I
big
feel like
question.
Shireen's just someone that like
Did you
no one
tell
actually
anybody?
gets along with. Yeah, I mean, yeah, before Storm retcons it to make it even worse.
Absolutely, Nathan.
I find that like fucking hilarious.
Gutless prick.
The fucking
That was scary.
end of Farewell,
Who did you tell?
where like it's literally she leaves on the day of her
The
her
principal?
father's funeral.
Are you still 12?
So
that
fucking
drunk jackass
dumb.
only cares about cash for Blackwell Academy. Don't trust him.
Why was Melissa's edit on Vendettas to Total Madness completely different?
Thank God.
Well, one, I think she was just
I'll
more
tell you more
boring on
someday.
Total Madness.
And I seriously owe
That, and also I think they were trying to hide like certain storylines that involved her. Because like obviously they were trying to hide like her hookup with Kyle. And then wasn't she like, didn't she have a rivalry with Dee? So like that obviously got hidden.
No, it was your birthday last month.
So yeah. No, she was allies with Dee, right? It was the other way around. She was allies with Dee, but
This
was
my real
betrayed
camera.
by them
I
sending
want you
Dee
to have
in,
it.
right?
That's so cool.
But either way, like her, yeah, she had
Birthday.
storylines that got covered
I
up.
can't
So
take this.
Of course you can. My dad would be pissed if I never used it, and now I know it'll be used.
Jalen
Awesome.
from Gabon should come back.
And I'll snag this picture as a symbol of our reunion. Cool?
I'm good.
Yes, of course it's cool.
Is this gonna be
Thank you.
Bloodlines
This
2?
camera
Not
is so
officially,
sweet.
Now that
but
we
there's
get that
going to
mushy
be
shit out of the way,
Bloodlines for some
I feel
reason.
like stage diving. Let's thrash this
I
place.
mean, from the sounds of it,
You're
like this is like
Yep,
such a
I'm fucking
weird
insane in the brain. Let's
season
dance.
of the
Shake
show.
that
Like I
booty
really
wet ass.
don't get why they're
Or
casting
take
it
my
this
picture with
way.
your new camera.
Everyone from Gabon should come back. I'm also still good. Like Smith, I'm good if we never see anyone from Gabon ever
This
again.
day couldn't get any stranger.
But to be fair, it's like a lot of that's because like I don't expect it. Like I would like to see like Ace back, Kenny back, like even Maddie. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Maddie play again.
This song fucking rules.
But yeah, it's
Can't
never
dance, hippie?
happening.
Come on. Rock out, girl.
Not even Trevor. I mean, well, Trevor is my favorite.
Yes,
Trevor from
break
Survivor
it
Gabon's my
down,
favorite
Max.
player. So it's tough. It's tough to say there. That's probably the. That's probably the closest person from Gabon that I
Dude,
would
the
want to see
music's
back.
not even on.
If I were Chloe, I'd be bitter towards Max too. Yeah, I get
No
that
fucking
too.
way. You need to hide now. My
But
stepdad
like
will kill
I
me
still
if he
would
finds
be.
you here.
I would still probably ghost someone too.
Chill, I'm changing. Is that okay? Max, find a
Favorite
place
kind of
to
cheese
hide
it?
now.
Chloe,
I'm
I haven't
coming.
had them in a while. What is that flavor called?
Chloe, you're
Is it cheddar
stalling.
jack?
I'm changing. Give me a minute.
I hope I'm actually looking this
Smart.
up.
Just let
I
me
think it is.
in.
Yeah, cheddar
Now.
jack.
Please.
1 second. My
Probably
bra
the
is
answer.
stuck.
I'm not screwing around,
here.
soldier. Chloe, open this door.
Want Corinne to be on every season? Again, I'm probably
Giving you
good.
exactly 3 seconds.
Uh,
Open the door. 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Shit.
Okay, I forgot. I
What's
remember
going
what
on
I'm supposed
here?
to do now, but
Why
whatever.
is she here?
None of your business.
Trevor
I don't like
Phillips
strangers
equals Shane
here.
Powers. I'm like, I've always seen that
Freaking,
connection
she's not a
too.
stranger. This is my friend.
Great. Another one of your friends.
Kenny, Crystal, Ace, Maddie, GC. Yeah, we definitely need a
One
GC
of my
return
guns is
just so he
missing.
can fucking quit again.
Did you take it?
Oh, God, I didn't take your stupid gun.
Who
Do
else
know
is
you
on
have
that
gun
season? That
control?
would be interesting.
Is that grass? You been toking up again in here?
Oh yeah, guns, weed. You were tripping
I feel like
balls.
that's probably
I'm
it. That I would
sick of
actually
your
like actually want.
disrespect.
I mean, like
Tell me
not
the truth.
pick
That's
out
an order.
GC, but
It's
like the
not
other
my
ones.
pot. It's from Max.
Did I
Is
see
this
a new
true?
MTV social strategy game? What is it? We will. Actually, how should we deal with the relationship with Chloe here? Yeah, we'll take the plan. Why not?
Yeah. My pot.
So you're bringing drugs into my home. How about if I call the police? That'd screw up your spotless black
Oh
world
yeah, you
record.
can't even get everyone from Gabon back at
Do
this
seem to
point.
get around, Max.
Just
I'm
rest in
sick
peace,
of you
Stan.
losers dragging Chloe down. Missy, you sure do like to pop up and start trouble. Like
Is
this
this Trevor
afternoon.
fellow? It's a
You don't
character
have
from
anything smart to say now. Do
Get
you?
the hell away from
GTA
her,
5.
man. Stop harassing my friends.
You don't have any friends.
Like you know.
Or
You're
are we
not
talking
even
about
a real
Trevor from
cop. You're a
Gabon?
fucking
Because if we're
security
talking about
guard.
Trevor from Gabon, then
I
obviously
was a
it's
soldier,
Trevor
Chloe.
from Gabon.
And Max, if I see you here again, you'll learn all about real trouble.
Thanks for taking the heat. We totally smacked his punk ass down, Max. He's no match for you and me now. That was an epic win.
What's this article? God
Anyway,
damn it.
let's sneak out the
Actually,
window. There is one cool place we can hang in this hick hole.
I forgot that's a thing. If you click on people's names, you can see how many times they've
Man,
posted
that
in
did
chat.
not go well for me. If
But
I
it
want to
stops
keep
at
my
1,000, so like
Blackwell
that's
scholarship, I
not
shouldn't
super
lie
helpful.
for
All
anybody.
right, what is this? Sorry,
Even
MTV
Chloe.
Studios. And
I
that's
have
over
to think about my
90
own future.
shows. Like what the fuck? Wait, so which show is it? There's like a billion shows here. Power Game, is that the one? They're bringing back Surreal Life? That's a thing? Yeah, Power Game, working title. In this extreme social experiment that exposes how money, class, greed, and power corrupt. I said that wrong, but whatever. 13 strangers are given absolute power to control the lives of those around them. Their morality will be put to the test as they try to get ahead by any means necessary. I mean, is it a social strategy game?
Man, David is scary. He could hurt my Blackwell scholarship. I still feel weak, but
Like, I
can
mean, it says
change
it's a
that.
social experiment, but, like, I'm not sure if there's, like, an actual, like, true game here. But, in terms of, like a Big Brother Survivor style of game. But I guess we'll see. We're leaving? Yeah, okay. This took way longer to show. Like, I finished, like, episode 1 in less than an hour before. The fact that this is, like, gonna take us, like, an hour and a half or whatever isn't great, but whatever. Has there ever been a Trevor on Survivor? Yeah, in Gabon. Realistically, I don't think so. Yeah, there hasn't. Is there a cast for the Surreal Life already? For, like, the new one, I mean? Let's see.
Isn't this awesome sauce? Totally reminds me of when we were kids. Come on, Slowpoke. Hold on.
Is this it? Oh, wait, I think so.
I haven't been here
Okay,
in
there we
forever.
go. Yeah, so Dennis Rodman.
So
that's
why do I
something.
feel like I was just
Stormy Daniels. Tamar Braxton, that's interesting.
This is the exact same
Frankie
path I was on
Muniz.
during my nightmare today.
Kim Coles, I have no clue who that is. August Alsina, I have no clue who that is. CJ Perry, don't know who that is. YouTuber Manny MUA, I have no clue who the fuck that is either. So I love how, like, yeah, like, I know half these people. But, yeah, what a weird grouping of people. Funny that Stormy Daniels is on here. And Tamara Braxton's cool, but still, did not know this was even a thing, though. I did not know they were bringing back
cause me trouble.
Surreal Life. Fuck. Where am I going? Up here.
Birds are so lucky. They can always escape.
Yeah, you watch the wrestling. I don't think I've ever actually watched like more than
Sure you don't want to
5 minutes of a wrestling
Have a
match,
seat, Pete.
including like the walking up to the
You're in
ring
a
and
good
like all that
mood.
stuff.
Seeing my step dork get
I feel like
played makes
CJ
me
Perry
happy.
does sound kind of familiar
I'm not
though.
as brave as you. And David
Okay,
is
maybe
indeed
not.
a
I think I'm
step
probably
douche.
thinking of someone
I'm
else.
sorry you had to experience it firsthand.
You have to live with him.
I mean,
Has he
pretty
always
attractive.
been this way?
So,
Ever
at
since
least
my
that's
desperate
something.
mom dragged his ass to our home, I never trusted David.
To be honest, I was thinking it was a guy or whatever.
He freaked out on poor
Are you
Kate Marsh
Gabon
today.
obsessed? I would
know her.
assume so.
She's cool. Only
but
that prick would bully her.
He has
Who
some
knows?
kind of weird agenda.
Frankie got slapped by
He has
Dennis
a lot of secret
Rodman.
files. Rambo still thinks he's
That's
gathering
something.
enemy intelligence. Did you take a peek?
Oh, that's who that August guy is? I do remember that now. That's really random, though. That's the person they got.
To, but I realized I have
Is your love for
enough
Gabon as strong as
I'd like to find
Bryce's
out.
hate for
He's
Asa?
got some serious
Probably.
porn in there.
Ugh.
Good thing
I think
look.
Bryce's hate might be
He's
bigger,
a total
but
surveillance fetish.
it's probably
Or
pretty
there's
close.
spy cams in the house.
I knew you didn't know. Chloe, your house is under surveillance.
What are you talking about?
There are cameras all over the house. I saw it on a monitor in the garage.
Kevin should have been my
knew
winner
it.
pick
He's
for having
so
an attractive
hella fucking
girlfriend.
paranoid.
I guess so.
I'll
Why
keep
not?
this a secret for now.
I was not as low
Ignorance is
on
bliss.
Kevin as
No
most
wonder
other
I'm so
people.
miserable. Everybody
Yeah, I
in this
didn't
town
pick
knows
him just because
everybody's
like he was to me a high variance player, but I definitely saw potential in him early on.
What's Nathan's secret?
He's an elite asshole who sells bad shit cut with laxative. And he dosed me with some drug in his room.
What?
I met him in some shithole bar that didn't card me.
Bryce
He was
loves
too
Asa,
rich for the
obviously.
place and too wasted, and he kept flashing bills.
Just tell me what happened, Chloe. Now.
I was an idiot.
Is it true that Sam
thought he was
Smith
so
from
blazed it would
BB21
be
was
an
called
easy
for All Stars? I don't think
You
so,
needed
right?
money that bad?
I've never heard
Actually,
that he
yes.
was.
I owe big time.
But like, I wouldn't be
And
that
I thought I'd
surprised
have
if he was
enough
at
for me and
least like
Rachel if she
gotten
showed
an
up.
availability call. Just because like obviously like BB21 just happened. And I do think he's someone that production did like at the time.
What about you
but
and Nathan?
We went to his
I
room
don't
at
think he was
Rockwell.
ever like that
We
deep
drank,
into the
and I laughed at his
the
rich
running
kid
there.
bullshit. He was one step ahead and put something in my beer.
I don't know why. Like I'm trying to look
I
at my
can't
channel right
believe
now. I love
this.
how like I put season
I
1
do.
review on
Then
BBVIP.
what?
I know
Like
I
there's
passed
actually
out on
going to
the
be another
floor.
season.
I woke
but
up and that
whatever.
perv was smiling, crawling towards me with a camera.
I think it's a better strategic thinker, the General or Skater
Everything was
Rob.
a
Probably
blur.
the General.
I tried to kick him in the balls and break a
Considering
leg.
I don't think Rob
Nathan
had a
freaked, so I
strategic
managed
bone
to
in his
bum rush the
body.
door and get the hell out.
Not that the General was good either, but it's like at least he was part of the
I'm
Road
so
2-4.
furious,
At least
I
that's
can't even
something.
speak. What did you do then?
I figured I would make him pay me to keep quiet. So I went in the bathroom.
You think you love Gabon, but less
That was
insane than Bryce?
Nathan's last
Probably.
mistake.
I assume you're less insane than Bryce. I mean, it's hard to be more insane than Bryce.
What are you going to do? Pop a cap in his ass? Let's call the police.
Screw that. You already told the principal, and I'm sure it's useless.
I won't always be there to save you.
You were here today, Max. You saved me. I'm still tripping on that.
I
Seeing you after all
assume
these
you're a
years
more
feels
strategic,
like destiny.
a more rational strategic thinker than Bryce. And from what I've seen about Bryce, I feel like it's tough to be less rational. How Life is Strange casting on Big Brother? I assume both Max and Chloe would do. Actually, I don't know. Like Chloe would do poorly
If
for
this
sure,
is destiny,
right?
I hope we can find
Max,
Rachel.
I think like episode
miss
1
Max.
Max here would do poorly. I feel like episode 5 Max could do well.
This shit pit has taken
Like
away everyone I've ever
Victoria
loved.
and like that group, like
Like to
probably
drop a bomb
won't.
on
Like
Arcadia
it's probably
Bay,
like
turn
the
it to fucking
part of the like
glass.
initial majority alliance, but probably gets taken out along the way. What is with the screen tearing? What the fuck? Is that from the PS5? I've never seen the screen tearing that bad before.
Not again! Why is this happening to me?
Oh, I'm definitely probably more insane than Bryce. I feel like that's like not even like really a question. I think I'm just like, I'm thinking, like, I was gonna say, like, but I'm better at hiding it, but, like, if I'm better at hiding it, then am I as insane? Oh. Bryce won the BB Brant Steele, though, but I won the Survivor.
Chloe's still up there?
Brant Steele. That doesn't mean anything. I forgot about that. Yeah, he did. That he won like a whole bunch of HOHs and he got taken to final 2. Oh, David would do. Yeah, David would do terribly. Who would actually do well? Like, who would just straight up do well? Probably like a Dana. I feel like Dana might be the consensus winner pick for a BB season. It might only be like, who else is there that like doesn't really have any like major flaws?
The tornado is back.
I feel like I would only say Dana, unless I'm like forgetting. Oh no, I have to go to this. Right? What? Oh no. Okay, yes, I do go here. Bryce is getting arrested for forgetting his wallet. Oh, fuck off. Okay, well, that's annoying. Yeah, probably. He's probably still trying to find his wallet. That's what I would guess. Oh, it's a newspaper, that's what it is.
October 11th? Is this Friday? That's only 4 days away.
You'd be more scared of being trapped in a room alone with Bryce more than me for that, whatever that's worth. Yeah. Well, that's a nice thing to say.
The tornado is headed straight for the town.
I laugh at Big D when the jury laughed at him.
Chloe.
I laughed at the fact that they're literally laughing at it. I didn't laugh because, I didn't laugh at the same thing that the jury was laughing at. But I was laughing because the jury laughed at him.
The town is going to get wiped out by a tornado.
Oregon gets about 5 tornadoes every 20 years.
You really love Assassin's Creed Syndicate? Well, I mean, maybe you're the
feel
insane person then.
Come on, take a breath, okay?
I don't know, like Syndicate. I mean, like, to be fair, I do like Syndicate more than like
else I have to tell
the like really anti modern Assassin's Creed people. But
I had the same vision earlier in class.
Syndicate never really clicked with me. I probably actually like Syndicate more now than I did at the time that it came out.
Not crazy,
but high, right?
Listen to me.
Didn't watch the BB-22 finale. Didn't care. I mean, you missed out on Nicole getting voted out. That's one of the best moments of the season. Yeah, Jefferson being master manipulator. Yeah, but I feel like, are we like under the concept of like people know that he's Jefferson, that he's just like
but this isn't anime or video. People don't have those powers, Max.
What do you even call him? I guess he's like a.
And I'm scared shitless.
You need to get high.
I mean, he is a murderer, I guess technically, but like he's like a sexual. I don't know what the fuck you call him, but either way, he's a fucking lunatic.
What the hell is this? Snowflakes?
It's like 80 degrees.
What is with the? Oh my god, the screen tearing's so bad. I've never seen this before.
A storm is coming.
Max, start from the beginning. Tell me everything.
Oh, you meant 23. Oh, well, yeah, that's yeah. Who cares at that point? Yeah, Xavier is always gonna win that. But again, yeah, you missed on Big D laughing or making the jury laugh. Like it's one of the best moments of the season. Big D's post-season RGP interviews, most infuriating things. I don't remember anymore. I do remember he was delusional, but I don't remember exactly what he was delusional in. But yeah, I do remember it was humorous. Do a top 10 final boss battles in gaming? I think the problem with that is I haven't played most of the top 10 boss battles. So I don't know if that's like something that I'm the expert in doing. Jacob Fry flopped on the AC Brant Steel. I don't remember how he did at this point. But, again, wouldn't surprise me. Oh, he never went to Primus Travel and then got voted out as the merge beer. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, I think for Jacob probably should be someone that does well socially, you would think. Whatever. Tori Hall is younger than Natalie Anderson. Yeah, that's a thing. I do also find it, like, kind of disturbing, the fact that, like, All-Stars, that challenge All-Stars, okay, this is so bad. Like, this is 100%, like, ramifications of the PS5, right? But like the screen tearing is so bad here. But what was I talking? I already forgot. What was like, oh yeah, Challenge All Stars, the cast. The fact that Challenge All Stars like supposed to be this cast of like all these like old school players, yet we have Kayla on there who's only like 2 or 3 years older than me. Like that's kind of depressing. That's something that's going on right now. How old is Kayla? She's what, 29 or 30? She's still only 29. So yeah, fuck me. Rank all interactive narrative games. I mean, like I plan on doing them individually. Like I've already done the Quantic Dream ranking. I've done a Telltale ranking. I'm planning on doing the Don't Nod ranking, which is essentially Life is Strange. I'd say what? Life is Strange. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not True Colors, and actually, it's not Before Storm either, is it? It's just 1 and 2. And well, either way, I'm doing the Don't Nod ranking at some point. Supermassive, I definitely want to do at some point too. I'm probably waiting for a bit more games though. But also, like the thing about Supermassive is that they technically made games before they did the narrative games, and like those games are games that I don't really want to play. Yeah, like they made like Start the Party, like a augmented reality game. What else? They made like DLC for DLC for Little Big Planet. I'm not gonna bother with. They made a Doctor Who: The Eternity Clock. They made some like weird shit before they made Until Dawn. Walking with Dinosaurs, I forgot about that. They made that. So it's like I probably won't bother doing those. But if I'm only doing I'm thinking they also made like Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, which is like I haven't played either, like a VR game. But I played Until Dawn. I played Hidden Agenda. And I played the Dark Pictures anthology games. But I don't know, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer to do like a Supermassive game like ranking. Nicole Anthony got engaged? Yeah, I did see that. Good for her. Yeah. Isn't Nicole Anthony my age? How's Nicole Anthony? It is kind of depressing that like a lot of people that are around my age are like at the point where they're getting engaged or married and stuff. It's like I still don't really think it's in the cards for me for a while. We'll see. Yeah, she's like literally a couple months older than me. Well, I guess more than a couple, but either way. Oh my god, it's so bad. The screen tearing's so bad here. What the fuck?
For reals, Warren. This is between you and me.
Don't insult me. Max, go on.
Like, this is really bad. Like, I probably should... Like, if I'm gonna continue to play Life is Strange on the PS5, I probably should get the remaster. Because, like, this is pretty fucking bad. Look at that. Whatever.
6 months ago, she just left.
Out Season of the Circle,
Without me.
Like, I would say it's probably...
Is that grass?
Like, I think Season 3 is better. Like, if we're just talking about US, Season 3 is better to me.
The town is going to get wiped out by a tornado.
1 is a weird... Like, I think it's better than 2. But, like, 1 is, like, kind of a weird one. Because, like, I enjoyed 1 because, like, I really like the cast. But, like, I think it's probably a season that doesn't hold up on a rewatch. So, I don't know. I did think about, like, doing a Circle season ranking soon. Like, I'm not like soon as in, like, after Season 5 of US, which will probably be at the end of the year. I was thinking of doing a season ranking at that point. We'll see, though. What is this? Who's better, a thread? How many are there? There's a fucking lot. What the fuck? Okay, let's go through these. I mean, who's better in terms of what? Like, gameplay? Kevin or Will? I would say Kevin. Well, actually, yeah, I would say Kevin. Probably. In terms of a player ranking. In terms of winning game, then definitely Kevin. It's not even a question. Ty or Xavier? I would say Xavier. Yeah, you might as like one big ranking. Yeah, I get that. Like, I probably won't, just because it feels kind of arbitrary, like the concept of the video. Because like it's like there's so many like interactive like narrative games, like even beyond just those companies. That's like, how big do I go? Like, I think if I do it, it'll be like a top 10. I think that's something I'm more likely to do. Like top 10 like graphic adventure games or whatever. Like that's something I can do. But like to actually go and rank all of these as like one big list is like too big of a project, I feel like. And it's like it's one that like I feel like there's just so many games to include that I feel weird just including the games from those companies. Oh, I'm an idiot. I need to get off.
I am so wrecked after staying up all night.
Least favorite season of social strategy reality show?
More Z's, but maybe I better save my strength. No,
I mean, well, it's UK Panama. Yeah, it's UK Panama. It's forever UK Panama. Like, it's literally the worst reality TV season that could ever exist. I really, to be fair, it could be worse if it was longer. Like, that's the real, like, if it was, like, 20 episodes instead of the 12, like, then that's, like, the point where it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, how is this even, like, a show that exists? But, it's so bad. Actually, it must just be cutscenes. Actually, now that I realize that, like, yeah, the gameplay sections, there's no screen tearing. But it's like the cutscenes, it's like, it's really bad. But whatever. Tori Hall's a shit person? Wouldn't surprise me. I think she's very fake, and you can tell that.
Kate? How are you doing?
Can I get back on the saddle? I mean, I
Thanks
probably
again for standing up for
should.
me yesterday.
Don't know if I care enough to, though, at this point.
Anytime. That guy has issues.
Hopefully within the next, like,
everybody.
10 years or so.
Do you still have my copy of the October?
We'll see. Top 10 worst interactive narrative games? Probably. I think that's something that'll be funny to do.
I didn't realize Bradbury was such a poet.
What would be top 10? Like, obviously, Minecraft Story Mode would be number one. But it's like, beyond that, it's like, are there any other that are, like, ones that are, like, so egregious? I mean, I guess The Council. Is that, like, that's technically a graphic adventure game, right? Yeah, graphic adventure, yeah. So, like, that would be included. Like, that would be really bad. Yeah, back to this who's better thing. Tiffany or Vanessa? Actually, I forgot. Where did I land on that? I think I went Tiffany. Or I think I went Vanessa, didn't I? Oh, yeah, we get Max showering. Just thinking about the concept of, like, Max Caulfield being nude just, like, weirds me out. Like, it very much feels like a Futaba situation in Persona 5, where, like, I just, like, look at...
What's up, Kate?
Like, I don't know, just, like, the concept of, like, Max...
That's it? That video of you clubbing didn't look like homework.
I don't know, of, like... looking at Max sexually just, like, feels weird to me.
Oh my god, right. Don't be shy. I think it's awesome you set a tongue record on video.
Why is Alyssa's role in the story just to have bad things happen to her? Because it's funny. That's the running joke.
I'm sure she had fun.
I mean, Max is of age, right? Like, I guess, to be fair, at least that's something. Yeah, she's like 18, I think. Because, yeah, this is 20.
I still have goddamn paint all over my
so
face.
she's 18.
Good thing my faithful minions took their sweet time bringing me a towel.
But it still feels weird to me, though. Like, I don't know, I just, like, it feels like Max is, like, too innocent to, like, think of her that way.
You can hang out with Kate. Or Max.
Yeah, let's see what we got. Betty versus Aza? I mean, I would say Betty. Rachel versus Alyssa? I mean...
She's a weirdo with
probably
that
Rachel.
I hate that.
Like, realistically, like, I think they're, like,
anyway,
not that different in terms of quality of player, but, like, at least Rachel's, like, really good TV. Hannah or Haley? Hannah.
I love it.
Bailey or Davon? Bailey. Case or Janelle? I guess Janelle. But, obviously, in terms of character and everything, I like Caser. Michelle, Big Meech Michelle or Bridget. I don't know, actually. That's kind of close. I really like Bridget. Especially, like, the more time's gone on. I think, like, looking back on it, like, even though, like, there definitely was that period where she was just kind of, just doing nothing with Frank and, was kind of, like, laying down her game for Frank and that sort of stuff, but, I think Bridget's, like, a really likable figure after the fact. Pretty surprised Peter Harkey was 12 in my player ranking. Me too. I said this at the beginning of the stream. If I were to redo this, Pure Haku would probably be a few spots lower. That's something that even by the time I was editing the video, I was thinking, I don't know if he should be number 12, but I'm not going to bother to redo the video just to, like, change this placement. Do I ever forget Wes was on Double Agents? Yes. As in, like, I did forget. Like, I literally forgot he was on Double Agents.
No fucking way.
Do I
This is
include
not
Minecraft
why I
Story
played
Mode Season 2 as a
Blackwell.
separate game?
And I still have to
Technically it
clean up
is,
the
but I
crap
just
up
never finished it,
after
though.
I find Kate's book.
Because, like, again, that's why, like, on my Telltale ranking, I, like, list as one entries, because, like, I technically didn't finish Season 2. I finished all of Season 1, including the extra episodes. And I played Episode 1 of Season 2. I was like, fuck this. This is the same shit.
I know it.
I'm not doing this shit again. What am I doing? Clothes, right? Oh, yeah. Fataba's is definitely weirder. Like, I mean, because, like, obviously, like, yeah, like, Fataba's actually, like,
And he couldn't even remember.
younger and everything, and then also, like, she's supposed to be, like, your sister figure. But, like, I don't know, I feel like Max Caulfield, like,
Hold up. I need to find the
it
book
still does
before
feel
going
weird
see
to me.
Kate. Of course she just spilled soda on Kate's book.
I mean, I think Bridget is the better
Kate needs
player.
the book, and
Between
I don't want to add to her list of
actually,
problems.
is that like Bridget is probably a better player at the end of BB-18 than Meech was by that point in BB-18, but Meech probably had like higher highs early on in the game. Or like early on in the game, like Meech is like aligned with the vets and like is like decently positioned in the game, while like Bridget is like always with the like is initially with the like Brontes and Natalie's of the world, like she's on the bottom, and then aligns with Frank is on the bottom again. So it's like
as if I have to worry about
that's not
being
ideal.
late anymore.
Jessica BB-19, Jessica BB-21. I mean Jessica BB-19. They're both bad, but it's like at least Jessica BB-19 like actually I mean too fair like it wasn't really like that much in the majority, was she? But like at least she was in the majority for like half of week 1.
Do you hate me?
No, Max, I don't hate you.
Oh.
Not that I don't like juicy.
To be fair, the real
I just
answer is
wish you
probably
weren't so
Jessica
nosy.
BB-21, but like I always thought Jessica BB-21 was such an
Because I
actively
care.
bad player
I would
for a lot of it.
But you did say
Xander or Liana,
so let's call it even. By the way, the best and biggest news of the day is that Trevor asked me to the
I think
Halloween show.
Xander has more potential, but
At least we're
probably
showing
like in
our
terms of what
faces
they.
together in public.
I don't know though.
Absolutely should go with us.
Who did I had
Borrow one
Xander
of the
higher on the
outfits
player
and come as
ranking,
a
right?
cute geek couple with your bitch.
So I guess Xander.
I'm not big on cosplay.
Don't let life
Michelle or
pass you
Erica?
by, Max.
Probably Erica.
Are you coming to the party or not?
Karishma or Kelly Kim? Kelly Kim. Parvati or Sandra? Parvati. Drea or Shan? Probably Shan.
Why the fuck not?
Those two, I think
hated it, I
Drea
can
probably
always
has
go
more
back
potential on a
to my
return than Shan
That's
did.
the spirit, Max. After
Yeah,
this,
Spy
we'll be ready
Girls,
for a
Bridget,
raid.
that's what it was
It
called.
does sound like fun.
Aika
Now I
or
have
Tiffany?
to
Why
go
is Tiffany on here
contemplate my
twice?
party future.
Actually thinking fucking Betty is too. But Aika or Tiffany? Probably Tiffany.
Let's talk
Actually, no,
later,
it
Max.
is Tiffany. Betty or Summer? I guess Betty? I guess? What am I doing again? Oh, I'm trying to go to Kate, right?
Kate? You in there?
Yes.
Helena or Hannah?
I'm in, Max.
Probably Hannah. Brittany or Victoria? I guess Brittany, but it's like they're both bad.
Hey,
Kyland or Moose?
brought
I mean,
your
come on,
book.
it's Kyland.
Max, why did you step in between David
BB Camp
and me
5 or
yesterday?
9? 5. Star 41, 42. I think 41. PG or Abby? I mean, like, obviously PG's the better player, but Abby is, like, such a fantastic character.
David Madsen should
DX
know
or Roe?
I was
DX.
hoping he would.
Kevin Martin or
But it's nice to see that
Demetrius?
you care about me.
Kate, I
I
actually
guess
do
Kevin
care.
Martin, but, like,
So,
kind
what's
of
the
maybe
story with you and
Demetrius? I don't know.
Well,
Netta or
he's a
Cassandra?
total
Netta. And that's not even a
paranoid
question.
ass. He thinks I'm part of the Vortex Club.
Nicole Franz or
All right.
Casey? Nicole Franzel. Paris or Kayla, Paris. How long is this fucking... How many are there? What the fuck? Earl or Yule... I don't know. Where'd I have... I don't even remember my player winner ranking. I think I had Earl higher, right? I genuinely don't remember. I'm trying to look it up right now. Oh, no, I did have Yule higher. I probably still agree with that. Jenner, Haley. There's fucking more? What the fuck? Okay, we're almost at the end. Christmas or Memphis? Tyler, Andrew, Tyler. Like, why is that even a question? Libra or Keisha? Probably Keisha.
Did you party with them?
I
Right,
went to a
so that's
Vortex
something.
Club
Let's get
party
back to
against my better
looking at
judgment.
chat. Max is just extremely
You know
clumsy.
how
Yeah,
humiliating
that's
this is for me?
that's
I know
Max
this
for you.
sucks, Kate, but
Josh
tell me about
surprisingly
the
has a
video
hot
and
sister.
maybe I can help.
Oh my god, I hit the
Basically,
mic.
I went to one Vortex Club
Josh,
party
BB Can
and
10?
ended up making out with a bunch of people. And I have no memory of it.
I don't know how the fuck I would even find a picture of Josh's sister, but whatever. Oh, BBUS Josh. I don't think I've seen Josh Martinez's sister. Where do you even see a picture of his sister? Christian was at least an honorable mention for worst players to make the merge. I think so. Yeah. Krishna and Kelly is not a question. That's not close.
So why would you go?
I think she was an honorable
Lapse of
mention.
sanity?
I don't
just thought I
remember
could meet
anymore,
some new
but I
people.
think she was.
You have to tell me more than that.
Is Jamie
happened at the
from
party?
Guatemala on the worst player?
Did you
I
drink?
believe he's an honorable
I
mention.
swear to God, I had one sip of red wine, and then I drank one.
Either that or I might have forgotten about him. I don't remember anymore. I think he's on the honorable mention list. Let's see if I can find the fucking Word document. How long ago was it that I recorded it? I think it was that long ago. Where is it? Oh my god, it's actually not even here. What the fuck? Did I record on my old computer? Maybe I did. Bobby John's not on it. Because even though Bobby John barely made the merge and stuff, it's he also was decently positioned in Guatemala. And he never really had a shot anyway in Guatemala. But then also he survives to the final 2 of Oolong, to where to me that's good enough. Where the fuck is this video? There we go. Worst players to make the merge. Who are we talking about? Jamie, right? Is he on here? Oh, maybe he's not an honorable mention. I might have forgotten about him. I don't think he would make the list anyway. He wouldn't make top 10. But he definitely should have been an honorable mention. But maybe I did forget to put him on the honorable mention. Is he on the short list before that? He is. Okay, so I didn't completely forget about him. Because I went through the list of Survivor players. And then jotted down anyone that could be on the list. He's on that initial list of 115 people. Is that really how many people there are? Oh no, 101 because the number. Okay, yeah. I have 101 people that I had on the initial short list, and Jamie is on that initial list. But for some reason, he didn't make honorable mention. But yeah, he's at least in consideration. Let's see. Went Hannah over Helena? Yeah. I don't think Helena played that well.
Are you sure?
I think Helena
and I don't end up on a
I think Helena really just let Kevin essentially everything Helena was doing was for the betterment of Kevin, more so than herself. Also had a bad read on the jury where she thought she was the biggest jury threat when really she was the person that had no chance at winning. And then there was another point that I forgot what it was. But I don't think Helena was that good on this season.
I'm not sure where I went.
What do you remember about that?
All I recall is driving for a long time.
Well, I think Hannah had a much better
When I woke
read
up in
on
my
the
room,
overall game than
I thought it
Helena
was a
did.
hospital because it was so white and bright.
Go on.
Favorite
I'm
episode of
listening.
Minecraft Story was episode
Somebody
6.
was
I
talking to me
couldn't
in
tell
the
you what
soft
happened in
voice.
episode 6. Episode 6,
I
7,
thought
and
it was
8
a
I know were like the
doctor
episodic ones that
until
were
I
like
heard
really
me say,
boring to me,
"There was a
but
sharp stain in my
I
neck."
literally couldn't tell you
And
anything that happened in those. Yeah, I think BB Can 10 is the best season of BB Can at this point. I think
sure?
potentially best
Of
season
course.
ever.
You think I'm making this crap up? Why?
No, I'm just being
Julie would
deductive,
not approve of
as
Kate's
usual.
actions. I mean, yeah,
Then
Julie
what
Chen,
That's all I remember. I don't know
actually,
what
no,
happened.
wouldn't Julie
I
Chen be
woke
like
up
very
outside my
pro
dorm room the
Kate?
next day. I didn't have any marks or bruises.
Should be like,
It was
at least you're a child of
Who
God.
took the video of you at the party?
I have no
Josh has
idea.
11. Is that really the
Probably
case? He has
Victoria.
11
She was
siblings?
there being her mean self.
Yeah, it's pretty
Jesus,
likely that at least
Kate.
one of them's hot.
I'm
I think.
sorry. This is serious shit.
How do I get a viral video taken down?
Surprised Jose was on the
I know
worst
it's
player of all
already
time. Again, like he was on
spreading,
the
but what if
honorable
my
mention,
church
and it's
sees
like,
that? I need to know what to do.
yeah, it's like Jose at least
figure it
had an alliance
check back
that
later, okay?
like was almost half the house that wanted to keep him safe. So at least there was
Thanks,
that.
Max. You can put my book here near my bag.
Yeah, I still have BB Can 10 above 5. Not by much though. Like it's pretty close. But like the hype hasn't really died down for me because I've been listening to a lot of the deep dives and everything. I don't know if I'm going to listen beyond Kevin's though, to be honest. Like maybe if Josh has one, I'll listen to Josh's. I feel like I know Taryn recorded with Jace already. It's like I don't feel like I need to know it. Like I feel like I have a good sense of Jace's game. What am I doing? Oh, I need to leave the book, right? Where do you leave the book at? There we go. So I don't know how much, like, how many more I'm going to listen to after Kevin's, but I feel like I have a decent sense of, like, this season
I need to find out
at
if
this
Nathan
point.
Prescott
Jamie versus Bobby
hurt
John
me after
rivalry
that
is hilarious. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Rank all second commands. Again, I think the problem with that is, like figuring out what quantifies as a second command.
Yes, you should definitely go to the police, Kate. I totally believe
Oh yeah, I did. By the way, I did actually watch
Prescott
Beyond the
is
Edge tonight,
dangerous.
which was the finale, which I find funny because I haven't watched since like episode 3 or something. But yeah, Colton won.
You as my
That's
backup witness, they'll have to
something.
take it seriously now.
Backup witness?
Well, that's I remember like Colton was like the person that like people hated that he was even cast. So I do find it funny that he's the one that actually ended up winning.
I just think we need to be very careful here.
Why?
Is Beyond the Edge worse than Celebrity Bro 3? And yes, in the sense that I couldn't even bother watching it.
I hope this won't
Jason Siska is definitely on the list. Eliza is not.
Karma. He'll get it.
I don't even think... Yeah, Eliza wasn't even an honorable mention, I don't think. I don't know if she... I think she made my initial draft, though.
Time out, Max.
Not the
You
final
actually
list, but like the
told Kate to go
initial
to the police
grouping
and
of
the
players that I
principal
put into
after getting a
consideration.
scary text threat. Now the police will definitely drag you into this shit.
I've doubled the viewers as Ken? Well, that's something. Really, Ken should really up his game. If he's still getting that number of viewers. Just got done watching 42? Yeah. Again, like this episode was a coronation for Marianne.
Max.
Or yeah, like already coming into the
What up, Max? How are you?
into the episode, like I was already kind of suspecting Omer was going home, but like with how much they like really gave Marianne all the credit for it, it's like there's no way Marianne is not winning this season.
I wanted to rap about that action yesterday.
Rory is not on the list, mainly because like he survived all those rounds where he was on the women's tribe.
I owe you.
Oh, yes,
and like he still survived despite being like the only guy left. And then also it's like he was in the initial majority alliance as well, so Rory's not on the list.
You stood up to a
Are they two-time players? I don't think so.
With said bully and ran off with that girl.
On the list,
She's
I
pretty
don't
punk
think.
rock. How do you know her?
Let's see. Yeah, no one makes the top 10, but there are honorable mentions that are. Just even then, there's not that many honorable mentions. There's a few, like Philip, obviously. But then, I feel like Philip like isn't actually top 10, like wasn't really in consideration, but like just one I felt like I needed to mention. Varner is honorable mention. Cass is honorable mention. Joe, obviously. Abby. What's this?
An old friend.
I thought this was a week of
haven't seen each other in a
BBAU. Like I thought
while.
the first week was pretty
Bet you were
solid.
glad to see her blast up in
Second
that truck
week,
like a rock
just
star.
kind of like
Which
I
begs
feel
the
like
question,
they just focused so
why
much
is
on the
Nathan Prescott getting
showmances
cycled?
that I didn't like. I also like. I'm happy that we're down to 3 episodes a week instead of 4.
I busted
Well,
him
I
in
also
the
like
bathroom yesterday
don't.
with a gun.
I don't know, it just feels weird that we're like
I'll give you the
changing the
story
format
later.
every other
Principal
round.
Wells is taking care of
Like
it
that
now,
just
I
feels
hope.
weird. And the fact that we're
You're
essentially
fucking
now
weird.
getting one
Like
non-elimination
that
episode
bizarro
every week
snowfall
is also
yesterday.
really weird.
Speaking of dystopia,
So
that
there's
drive-in
certain
is
things I
having
don't like
70s
about
Planet of the Apes
that.
marathon. Let's go ape.
Who's the most high variance winner of Survivor of all time? Cochran,
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
probably.
I love those old school ape films.
Well, that was easier than
Because I probably would have said Tony
I'll text you the info.
before Winners at War. But yeah, it's probably Cochran, I would guess. Josh from BBAU looks like Jordy. Yeah, I made that comparison. When's top 10 players pre-All-Stars coming out? I don't remember. Probably not for a while.
This has something to do with
Because that's one of those videos that can come out at any
Or
time. So
Rachel.
really, it's going to come out at a point where like nothing else is going on. As of right now, I think it's looking like September. But I don't fucking know, really. How many shots in the par is an eagle? I had no clue until watching The Circle. Thoughts on Layla and Lara? I mean, Lara's whatever. Like, seems like a bad player all around. Obviously, I have like the loyalty of the guys and everything, but like that's about it. Layla, I was kind of like underwhelmed by. Like, she just didn't seem to really like want to be there that much. I will say though, I've gotten fucking Otsala Layla stuck in my head for like the last week though, which is like really disturbed me because I knew that like she was known for Otsala Layla, but like I've never actually seen the song Otsala Layla until like last week or whatever, and I've probably seen the clip like 30 times in the last week, where I just have it like stuck in my head for some reason. So that's something. Do I consider Chris high variance? Or I think his early boot was a fluke. I do think he's high variance in the sense that, like, I think he's, like, very likely an early merge boot a lot of the time. But I think he's very rarely an early boot.